You ever see what it looks like behind a streamer's setup before? It's ridiculous. Mine's low key. My shit is easy. I feel like I've set it up in the most brain dead way possible. Yet I still have too much shite open. It's crazy. Hello, how are you? It is the day after Christmas. I trust if you're here lurking or chatting in my chat that you have survived the first of two or potentially many more holidays. What's up, Shadrakaz? Welcome. Blitz Rage, first chat of the day. Love to see it. That's pure talent right there, Lucas. Number 2, Selenium. Number 3, what's up, guys? The Pagel's here. Spectator's here. Hello. Pixie Crap is here. Retsuyi is here. Pixie says he bought a Nerf gun with a tripod. That's a lot. Like a minigun. Let's see. Good to see you. Ludwig, what's up, buddy? Have family stuff in 30 minutes? Yeah, I'm gonna have to dip out in like 3-4 hours myself. I gotta run to my boy Noah Narcosis's shop and get my car fixed up. So I won't be here forever today, sadly. Best Christmas ever. What's up, Dell? This is an OG chatter. Look when this dude followed. September 2023. Heading to Shinny with a kid in about an hour. What's Shinny? What does that mean? Oh, hockey. I want to see when. So September 9th, 2023 would have been. I like looking at this now. This is crazy to see it this way. But September 9th, 2023. Yeah, my dude literally has been following since like almost the very beginning of Eve. How about that? I started streaming Eve pretty much in September 2023. It's a long time, dude. Gick says it's lonely on YouTube. What, with the chats? What's up, buddy? I've been curious for the Astero drawing. Mind give. Oh, yeah, sure. I gave a few peeks earlier. But it's basically watercolor, pencils, pens, markers, all types of stuff. Not sure how good the lighting makes it look there, but it's quite beautiful. Hopefully that scratched the itch. I'll take a picture of it later and put it on my Discord, I think. It's very detailed. She said she wished she made the Astero stand out more, but I kind of like it. It almost looks like it's cloaked in there. Thank you. Yeah, it was a really touching gift. She also got me like a little chess set because I don't have any left. My last chess set I gave away, I think. You still doing coding? What's up? Gravy, what's up, Chill Dad? Welcome. Chill Dad says, you still doing coding? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Does anybody stop coding? Like, when you learn how to code, do you ever stop? Yeah, I'm definitely still coding, like, at least my own Eve tools and stuff that I can work on. However, you know, I'm not actually making anything great or good. I have this goal. I haven't done it because I've been, I guess, busy with my Eve time chilling with you guys, but I have this goal of recreating my mapper in Python. Any projects lately? Most recent project was probably switching my client switcher over to D-Bus to make it really fast. What's up, Hackzor? Let me see. Maybe there's something sitting around.
Connecting.
I mean, you've probably seen the mapper before, Chill Dad Gaming. Have you seen my CLI mapper? This is the switch script. Basically, I had the switch script basically run a bunch of bash commands, but I realized at the very end, if we just load the bash commands into a temporary JavaScript script and load it into the dbots, it's like a trillion times faster. So this was the major revolution I've done recently. And then this is something I'm not sure if you've seen it before. This is basically a mapping program, I guess you could call it, even though it's a single script. It's a mapping script that works in the command line. Found a need to get a ship that can transport several. Several what? Other ships? Good morning, aviators. Vector en danser says, morning, Merry Christmas, you handsome man. Well, thank you. Hope you had a good one. I did. Yeah, it was cool. Not even a huge Christmas guy, but I had a great Christmas this year. If you missed it yesterday, I did a little Santa, and I may have accidentally given away a lot of things. So if you missed the fun yesterday, I'm so sorry. But we went buck wild. Also, Gerald on my Discord says, I think Silence did a Secret Santa, the Wormhole group, and he said he got a year worth of subscription from his Secret Santa. And I know who his Secret Santa was. His name's Moon, and he's a fucking Chad. Especially because Gerald's young, and Gerald can't really, like, I don't think he has a job. He's, like, in school, so he can't really afford all these accounts. It's kind of cool. Traption with the follow. I have found I need to get a ship that can transport several. Yeah, so if you're talking about a ship that can move other ships, you know, that's kind of a challenge of Eve, really. Is how do you move ships around? Now, I move ships that are very small. Tech 3 ships are very small. So I can put them in DSTs. You can watch yesterday, you were cooking. Did you guys see my trailer? I guess I gotta stop watching it. Alright, fuck it, one more time. Last time I watched it on stream, I swear to God. Swear to God. Swear to God. Swear to God. Last time. I promise. Last time. Swear to God. Thank you, promise. Hey, I'm proud of it. Why not? Thank you, spectator. Yeah, you guys are making some comments about the trailer and wanting to see the episode. I know. It must be agonizing if you're a fan of the show. I gotta say though, you know, watching that trailer, if you were a fan of the show, sorry, if you're a fan of A Nomad Tale, not of the show. If you're a fan of A Nomad Tale, I mean, looking at that trailer, I feel like you absolutely probably feel a little bit of progression you know? Gerald said it on the Discord, but he's just like, it's a little surprising who you're picking fights with. And like, yeah, I thought so too. Sphinx Juice, Wouter Brinkman, Merry Christmas, lovely trailer, music sets the tone just right. I love that. Thank you so much for the comment. I'll stop watching it now on stream, but I'm officially over it. But yeah, I am actually working on the episode now, and it's, you know, it's not done. It's awfully close to being done. In terms of, you know, filming, editing, stitching, all the music's in, everything's there. This is a few things I got to record, vocals for, I want to work on some cinematics, I want to spruce up some fight scenes, and, you know, I want to just do some editing. You know, like not editing of the chopping it up, but like the proofreading style of editing. Merry Christmas, Erlaton. Give me 1 second here, I'm trying to test something. A little more killing of bigger things, yeah. But there's also lots of sweet exploration there. I tried to make sure you realize I was still doing that. What's up, Boring Crusher? Guest Shell says so professional. Aw. Tiffon Bro, welcome to the stream. Spectator, once again, thank you for using the code. Someone says longest running active Eve series? I don't know. Probably not. It's hard to call a Nomad Tale active. 1 episode a gosh darn year, right? Yeah, here, check this out. I think this is all kosher dill. Why not? So this is the trailer right here. This is what it looks like when it's chopped up. See this? Kind of cool to see behind the scenes. Got to reset the counter once a year. Yeah, true. Yeah, there's not a lot to it, like, structurally. But you can even see, like, if you look closely, down here, you can see how I time the music. This is how I, you know, get the beats and where to change the scenes and whatnot. It's kind of rough waiting so long, yeah. It simply won't get faster. So, like, how do you get these effects? Well, this thing is basically just rotated around like this. That's all. And I just timed them so they're rotated. I should probably do a few editing streams after I finish this episode and show you, like, some behind-the-scenes stuff I think would be really neat. Scotty, what's up, buddy? You look good in green, mister. Zalium says the trailer had multiple fights with my corp as your targets. Uh-oh. Are you Vita? Are you in Vita? Uh-oh. Or Protean? Who are you? You must be Vita. Well, Vita's Alliance or Corp? I can't even remember. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got. Yeah, shh. Don't spoil anything. That'd be cool. I use Shotcut for some basic stuff. It works well. Wouldn't mind using some of that editing for better. Yeah, that's DaVinci Resolve. That's a free program. It works natively on Linux and Windows. I've made every single episode of a Nomad Tale with DaVinci Resolve. I made the first 15 of them without giving DaVinci a single dime. I have only this year paid them the $300 for the license. That's pretty impressive if you guys think you have to pay for, like, all these things. You don't. I didn't pay for music until, like, episode 14 or 13. Until then, there's just so many sweet free tracks people let you use. All the Eve music. You don't have to pay to make these series. I didn't pay a dime for a Nomad Tale until I really started to feel myself and people were, like, supporting me. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's put sweet music in it. Drave and McGee, what's up? How are you, buddy? Shotcut on Linux, Windows free. DaVinci, probably more full version of Shotcut. They actually look pretty similar. Well, DaVinci is actually, this is crazy, but DaVinci is, like, professional grade. It has the best coloring in the industry, in, like, the film industry. So, like, a lot of the stuff you see on TV and on like, streaming services are using DaVinci for their coloring. DaVinci is crazy full suited. Was that no, it's a $300 permanently. And you don't have to pay for it. The only reason you'd want to pay for it is if you either wanted to support them or for whatever stupid reason, or you wanted, like, more codec options or something like that. I paid because I switched to Linux, and the free one on Linux has different codec support than I was used to, so I just gave them the money. I mean, come on. Isn't it time consuming to make the vids? Yeah. Takes me hundreds of hours per episode. I've already spent hundreds of hours on this one. I spent like freaking 7 hours on that fucking trailer, bro. I have a disease. So the way DaVinci Resolve Black Hat, the company that makes DaVinci, the way they make money is they sell hardware. They basically give the software out for free. They make it really extremely good. And then they have like a license if you want to go pro and use it, so you're not just using free software. But then they sell a shitload of hardware, from cameras to knobs to studio stuff. And you just ignore all that. Where do you sleep between streaming IRL and Nomad's tail editing? Nah, it's not like that. I'm a loser. I got so much free time. More than most of my awesome chatters, admittedly. So I actually don't even stream that much. Right? Compared to like a lot of other fellers on this channel. I mean, we can fact check that. I don't think we have to, but you guys know I'm right. Like some people, I stream pretty consistently these days, but it's like, you know, 3 to 5 hours. I think a lot of other people stream that range too. Like Laura, for example, doesn't stream that long. But I see people on the Eve category that, for example, I've seen my boy Crashnap stream for like 1,000 hours in a row. Bokido says Perseverance today. Negative. I've not finished the reward track on my stream character yet. Today I was just gonna maybe take some relics or take some gas, or maybe we can do a site that you guys haven't seen in a long time, some of you, or at all, ever. You know what I mean? But first, it's time to duel. All right, let's go. Always Garmer, never not Garmer. Okay. So let's go. Okay, Brutex is that. Yo, Manfred coming in. Holy shit. Wait. I'm about to spoil all these people with Eve though. That's not cool. Hold on. Let's put Eve though down real quick. I don't want to ruin anyone's day here. Hello, folks. Yo, someone's gonna spoil it for me now. Ooh. That's alright. When did the Orca become 1.8 bill? It was 1.6 bill a couple days ago. What is this ship? This is an Outrider. Gustav Manfred, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a wonderful stream. I don't know what's going on. I just hang out here and take gas and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not really sure what's going on in Eve, in life. I just know that I think when someone raids you, you probably don't want to immediately spoil the Eve though for them. And that's my gift to you. Jerry followed the stream? Gerald, have you not followed my Twitch stream? I don't get that. I've been friends with this dude for a long time, despite banning him from my community for over a year. And he just now followed my stream. Is it like a Scorpion Adventure had a bit? Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, here, let me show you. Oops. There we go. A little OPSEC doxing. So this is what it would look like without the cloak. I think it's a tremendously handsome ship, personally. Oh, that's not your main? Oh, I was like, bro, how you ain't gonna follow your boy? Like, that's actually hurtful. That's fucking, it's just his drop farming account, don't worry. That's his giveaway rigging account. I didn't see the 2 there. Hands on the wheel. Fuck that. I always do that shit. Just let him drift off into peacefulness. Goodbye, prospects. Or wonderful life. Anyway. How the hell are you? What's going on? What's going on, chat? I asked, Miss Riz to, scan me into a wormhole. I said I'd pay her 1 billion-esque. Just keep it on the down low. I said I left a, cargo container in there that I need. Rage Kitty, what's up, G? Braving it up. It's an Ordesa. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is a new ship, Del. Basically, I don't know if you remember, I'm sure you do. You know how people use maguses, magooses, and beavrosts and shit to pull their prospects around and boost them? Remember that? Of course you do. This is literally CCP saying, we see you, and we're going to give you that ship. Now, I don't know if they did it intentionally or not. I don't know. This could have been an accident. Like, looking at the bonuses for this could have very well been an accident that this was an upgrade for us. I personally think that they knew what they were doing. Also, how fast do tractor beams go? Oh, only 500 meters a second? Are you shitting me? That is pathetic. What's the range? 20... So 75 bonus to range on a Tech 2 would be... something like 45 km. It's not enough. I need a long, strong, thick tractor beam. Alright. Yeah, any guesses what the fuck that means? If you can one-shot guess what the R, S, and C mean in this bookmark, if you can one-shot guess all three of them, I'll give you 100 million ask. Don't we all need that in a tractor beam? Guess I was like, shit. A wink, a wink. Consortium MTU? Yeah, that might work. I was basically wondering if you could put a can behind this and drag the can with you, but it's too fast. What's up, Bear Juice Lava? How you doing? Jerry says it won't let me type in chat with that account because it can't be verified to the same number. I love Twitch. Jesus Christ, dude. What an absolute mess. You want me to whitelist some account for you, dude? My YouTube chat got lost. Got a Raspberry Pi 5 for Christmas? That's awesome. Good for you. First time I see you streaming your face. What a handsome fellow. Well, thank you. Well, how about that? No, you're handsome. I've slowly become less repulsive on stream. I think when I started, what did I have the camera like right here? It was like right here. And I would just like stare at it. Freebie Christmas crate in the new Eden store for all accounts. It seems 20 plex and fireworks. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You tripping. Wait, where's the nest? Why is the nest not on my thing? Huh? Wait, why is the nest not down here? Wait, is that normal? Bro, the shareholders are gonna fucking riot. Go through the main menu. Oh my god. They're putting free stuff and hiding the way in. I can't believe it. Not like this. Where is it? Oh yeah, I got these things. Dun dun. Dun dun. I love that noise. We've done it, chat. We got boxes. Thanks for that. Yo, who told me about that? Cycle says, good morning, Chloro. Hope the remainder of your Christmas went well. It was awesome. Thank you. Hope you're having a good time. Time off, time on. Whatever the hell's going on. Drag a can behind you, just tempting people to warp on you. That's what I was thinking. Literally just drag it behind me. Oh, the other thing? Oh. Dell, the other thing about this ship that's going to piss you off. Check this out. Ready? It has a mining ore hold bay of 20,000 M3. Which, if you know how gas compression works, is 200,000 M3. The Mind of a Meta says, when is the next Nomad Tale coming out? So the teaser? It's January. So, anywhere from 1 week to 2-3 weeks, in that range. Good to see you, Mind of a Meta. Mind of a Meta, excuse me. I don't want to get it wrong. Stayed up late watching all the new Stranger Things. It was awesome. I haven't seen the show, but I'm not really the show guy. But Stranger Things looks cool. Alt 4 isn't default hotkey for default hotkey for NES. There's a hotkey for the NES. I feel like I've unbound all the default hotkeys. Good to see everybody. My kids got me into it and I'm hooked, yeah? No, it can't compress. Negative. Pickle says in the teaser? You mean when it drops? Yeah, it's at the end and it's in the description. But some people don't watch the whole video and don't read the description, to be fair. It's okay. I mean, what am I gonna, you know? I'm just excited they're excited. The more I do this, the more I realize, like, you know, enthusiasm comes in all shapes and sizes, including more socially adjusted sizes than others. After shitting, I'm going to spend an unreasonable amount of money on Plex. Okay, there you go. Ball out, son. Rizio says good morning. Rizio is stuffed again. I said it earlier, but Miss Riz here. I'm doing shady business deals with her. Doing a little back alley manila envelope stuff. You know what I mean? Make sure to use code Chlorica. No, don't do that. It's a trap. Don't do that. Now, people have been still using my code. I mean, I don't even tell you guys to use it every day like I used to, and you guys still do it. So for those that do it, thank you. For those that don't, I don't care. You're good. Trust me. The people that do support me subsidize it for the rest. That's the way I see it. If you want to look at it just straight up. Speaking of that, I slept like a baby last night knowing I don't serve any ads anywhere anymore. Shady business deals? Didn't you just take off monetization? One of the few people I don't mind watching ads because you're a good one? Yeah. I just took all that shit off. It's nice that you don't mind watching it though. But I do. But it's cool. I'm not going to get sunlocked on it today, don't worry. But I made a note on my Patreon. Like, if you like my shit and whatever, you can always go there. You don't have to pay to be on the Patreon. It's, there's like a free tier. You can just join up and say hi. But I don't really care, man. You can also just watch the shit. You don't have to always give somebody something for everything. Sometimes you can just enjoy stuff, and that's cool too. Alright, we're going back to Evil here, because nobody spoiled it for me, thankfully. So it's, I was gonna guess Brutix. Alright, so it's Caldari Tech 1. So let's go with a large, let's go with a Raven. No, it's not combat. Let's go with, wow. Can't be a Raven. It's T1, not small or medium, so... Oh, I bet you it's Caldari, Fax. That's my guess immediately. What is Caldari Fax called? Anybody know? Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Minokawa? Is this it? Okay, well, that's not it. So it's a large non-combat or logistics ship. So could it be a Caldari freighter? Could it be like a Charon? That's large, right? That's is Charon considered capital? No, it's not, right? Oh, maybe it is. I'm just gonna try because I don't actually know. Okay, for future reference, they are capital. So it's large, and it's not combat, and it's not transport, and not logistics. Bitch, what? Bro, I'm going to the ship tree. Fuck this. You're not gonna stump me twice. Ain't no way. What you mean? What you mean large Ewar? It's Tech 1. Oh, fuck, it actually is a large Ewar. Oh, shit, it's the Scorpion. It has to be. I forgot that was a ship. Okay, we got it. You know what's funny is I've actually ran into the Scorpions a fair amount. Scorpion? Yeah, damn. It was a Scorpion. Wait. Are there E-war battleships across the fucking line that I just am not aware of? Hold on. Wait, what? That's just a Caldari thing? There are no other E-war battleships. Well, I guess you could argue the Armageddon might be. But newts feel more in line with like combat power to me. Anyway, let's go hit one of these gas sites. Is this sizable here? Let's do that one, yeah? So Minokawa was the right ship, but it's a capital, which makes sense. I mean, I just didn't know if it's one of those things like an orca that's like large or whatever. You know what I mean? Battle cruiser. A battle cruiser would be medium. Yeah. Game's weird like that. Boom, boom, boom. So I got one perimeter and one frontier to do. I also have a bunch of relic sites and I have a silent battleground I could do. So if I feel like doing content, we do have a little bit of it here. But ain't no rush, you know? Ain't nobody to impress. You guys already know what it is when you come to my stream. It's a just chatting stream with a Eve wrapper on it. Taco, what's up, dude? What's up? I'm talking about CCP support because I got an Eve gift card, and from what I can see, you can only use it to buy t-shirts and stuff. Anyone dealt with it before? Never. Never. So you expected to be able to use it on, like, the store? Fascinating. That is pretty fucking stupid. I mean, I'd have to see all the facts before I'm like, you know, I'm like, yeah, you're right, or whatever, but it sounds dumb for what it's worth. I've had mixed results with CCP support. In many instances, I gotta say, with game issues, CCP support is probably best in the business. They literally give you free stuff, they fix issues quickly. But when it comes to billing or like bug reports or stuff, I've had mixed results personally. And maybe it's just luck of the draw. But I'm kind of disillusioned with a few aspects of it. Like if there's a billing issue at this point, I don't even bother reporting it, personally. It just doesn't seem like I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. For example, like I had a problem, they just wouldn't take my MasterCard for the longest time, and they were basically just like, oh well, too bad, so sad. I'm just like, really? You gonna make me get a new card for this? And I did. Dratsrab, what's going on? How are you? He says no Outrider? Ah. But of course, we do have the Outrider. But of course. We have a whole rack of people talking now with shrubs, by the way. Everybody's subbed to this channel. Except Rizia. Amazing. She's holding out on us, chat. Dodged. Yeah, no, their support with game issues is crazy. I always like to remind people, like, in the past, I've you know, I've lost like the same set of implants multiple times in a row. And because I just was like nice about it and I just said, if you can't do it, no problem. The GMs reimbursed me a couple times. It wasn't to players, it was to like other issues or something. Also, they're totally happy to like help you with anything in game. I've had support come by quickly and like help me reset a pos that got stuck, this type of stuff. And also, I gotta say, like, you know, even the EVE community team is pretty good at what they do. Like, Swift, Bjorn B, Zealous, all those people that are represented on the community server, like, you know, they're pretty fucking good at, like, their specific tasks and stuff. To the point where, like, yeah, they're definitely good. But they also help run support, I think, some of them. So I just don't know what it is with the billing. I don't know if there's just something I've been misunderstanding, but, like, yeah. I would say that my negative experiences with support only come when it comes to, like, cards and stuff. But the fact that you can buy a gift card to Eve and it's only for merch is a little bizarre. Unless it specifically says merch card on it. It should probably be usable anywhere. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know if, knowing what few facts I know now, if it's scammy or if it's just stupid. You know, like they're not necessarily getting anything more from it. Like, you could argue they're padding their merch sales with it, yeah. Oof. Scanning away, I love this minigame. I bought a U of Omega, logged into the wrong account accidentally. They fixed that within an hour. There you go. Well, there you go. That's a billing issue, technically. I've always wanted to ask if they'll redistribute my Omega in my characters, but I've never asked in like 3 years. Strong thing about adding a middle name on an in-game character. Adding a middle name? Wait, you gotta delete your character? Wait, you know they're not gonna change your name, right? Not even for like trans people or anybody. That happened to Rocket. It's crazy. Like if CCP charged $100 to change a username with a public ledger of changed names, I think they would make a ton of money. But the problem is it just facilitates the most insane social engineering scams. I'll let you know what ends up happening. Yeah, no doubt. Koname, hey buddy. The store is probably run by a separate company. It's Shopify store. Ah, interesting. So they need to like make that abundantly clear when you buy a card then. Maybe they did. I don't know. I just don't know. Although Shopify is just software, right? It could be run by anybody, right? Shopify is like CMS. Yo, I saw my neighbor down the street, like, when I woke up. I saw her sitting on her front lawn in a lawn chair. It's like fucking 30 degrees out. Which is like 0 Celsius. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, just like, what the f- are you good? And then I saw her kid come down the road in like a scooter. I'm like, ah, Christmas present watching. I'll sue us up. They won't let you use a gift card for changing your name. Topical. I heard that they changed names for certain trans people. Oh, did they? Oh. Well, I mean, if they let you, then that's good. I just know that Rocket deleted her account to rename it, so... Either way, good luck. I actually wanted to change one of my names for a really good reason. Like a legit reason. And they didn't do it. I was shocked by that. But that's when I learned there's like 0 tolerance for it. Good luck. All it says is you can't use it by Plex, which if they say that, they should say you can't use it for anything. Oh, interesting. I mean, honestly, yeah. If it was a ton of money for the gift card, I would definitely pursue it. I'm sure they'll... I don't know what they'll do, actually. You might be screwed, but you could always do a chargeback and let them invalidate the card. I mean, a refund could be in order. Are you solo J-spacing as part of the group? I solo, yeah. Yes, I made a video series on my YouTube. You can watch me start from scratch, pretty much. To where I am today. Zeticus, what's up, buddy? Every tune with PI tune and name that crashes Evo. What does it have, like a back tick in it? It has some like escape characters. Does it have a backslash and like N or something? Like were we adding line breaks? That's awesome. If they ban you if you sell the gift card in the black market, I mean, that's probably not the solution to it. But I think you should be able to exchange gift cards as long as you're not doing RMT. Like if someone buys the gift card off of you for like 95%, that seems perfectly legit. If that's what you're advocating to. It's too long of a name for Evo? What the? You know what? It's probably not even Evo. It's probably the windowing system in Windows that cuts off window names after a certain length. I bet you. And more than anything, it's the windowing system that cuts it off. Wonder why you can't buy a subscription from Amazon anymore? I don't know. What's up, Vinny Ginny? Nick says, Merry Christmas, hope the family, everyone's family is happy and well. Hell yeah. You too, buddy. I come from Arc Official, which is an equal concept to Eve. Gameplay-wise, CSP does an amazing job in Arc. You get aimbot and exploded for weeks just for support to say yeah. No. Yeah, compared to shit like this, CCP is on another level when it comes to their support. They take it very seriously. I think I've just had some negative experiences, that's all. I overall think that CCP support is best in class when it comes to game issues, like I said. I'm just kind of disillusioned from my bug report saga. I still can't get over it. I just gotta let it go one day. It's so refreshing to be playing EVE knowing the playing field is at least fair and legitimate. Well, you know, it's not completely fair, but you know, it's highly playable. It would be how I would describe it. It's not completely fair in that, yeah, there are people cheating. Let's just be real. There are. But it tends to really not affect me. I kind of almost play this as a single player game most of the time. ISK is like points to me. I don't, you know what I mean? I look at the videos. I just love the mid-size, high-class, pondering if I want to find some CC to squad in or join another corp. Well, speaking of C4s. Yeah, no, my series is called A Nomad Tale, and I basically go out with a few accounts with like an Orca and like a Starbase. And I just like learn from scratch, basically, like how to survive and how to like, you know, move around and stay hidden and all this shit. It's really fascinating. It may not be for everybody, but if you haven't seen my series, you should at least watch the first like 10 seconds of it and see if you like the hook. Because if you like it, well, you just got yourself 30 hours of content to binge watch, which is pretty valuable these days and times. Okido says no farm event site mining. Nah, I don't really do minerals or ice. I don't really know how to do them. I pretty much do Tech 3, and then I take the gas and I make strategic cruisers and tactical destroyers with it a lot. Can't stay hidden in J space, that's true. I do the best I can, though, with the safe spots and moving around a lot, you know? You clean this gas so fast, man? Yeah, yep. My current setup is absolutely fucking busted. Come be bear, what up? What up? If you haven't seen my spreadsheet for gas, let me see if I can find it. 37.2. Yeah, so I have this spreadsheet for gas, and it's getting stuck. Hold on. Here, I'll just put it up in Florp, fuck it. Use Orgas on them? Yeah, so I use Abyssal scoops that have been... Syndicate scoops that have been rolled by Abyssal modules, and these are absolutely pristine ones, too. I mean, you can just check the mining amount or the activation are either maxed or close to both on every one of them. It's really ridiculous. But if we go over to this spreadsheet, I can show you precisely what we got going on. One second. So this is, I'll post it on YouTube too in case anybody's watching. This is the, wow, it's inverted because I have dark mode on. Wow, neat. All right, so I'm 37.2 and I have 50,000 and I have no residue, which means that if I mine an instrumental core reservoir with these 5 characters, I get 1 billion ISK per hour. Right now we're doing smaller sites. I'm doing a sizable. It takes me 13 minutes to full clear the site, and for that 13 minutes, it's almost 700 million an hour. And we're gonna do a Vast next. Vast is one of the lowest paying hourly, but it does take a while, so you can sit on an AFK. So it's gonna take us 48 minutes to clear the next site. We'll have to take 3 trips. But you guys can play with that calculator if you want. I've changed it a lot over the years. This is the current version, this was the one before it, and this was the first one. Lots changed, but it still should be usable for most of you. But you gotta understand something. Whenever people talk about ISK an hour, they're just straight up lying to you. So for example, I just lied to you about the amount I make. That's the theoretical amount, not including scanning, not including travel, not including compression, not including hauling it back, not including selling it or manufacturing it. There's no activity in the game really where you make pure ISK an hour. And it's largely used to compare activities, but you know, the faster you can get to a point where you don't really care about the ISK per hour and you care more about what you're doing, the better you're gonna have, better time you're gonna have in EVE. Thanks for sharing this. I have a good spreadsheet to play with. Of course, you are very welcome. When was the last time you lost? I've never lost a prospect to a player. Ever. I will one day, though. Do you get attacked while huffing? Yeah, probably once every week or two. Somebody scans you down or something, and you just watch them, and they just warp off when they realize they can't catch you. Or they actually make a good play, you MJFD off, or somebody tries to catch you on the hole, but it's very rare. Honestly, most people see a pack of prospects and they don't even feel like it's worth the time. The truth is, even if you killed me and everything dropped, yeah, you would probably be a lot richer, but you'd have to sell the scoops. Nobody wants to buy these scoops. Some of these scoops are worth like 10 bill each that I have equipped right now. I'm not even playing. Like, if there was a market for it, based on the amount to roll them. But there's no market for them. So, like, this would just be, oh, I lost my scoops, oh well. And I would just put on the next best set and keep going. Like, the money just gets, like, totally abstract. It's like, you know, when like, billionaires' money are in, like, stocks. It's like, it's not even real. Like, these scoops are not real. They're just a way to, like, push it and have fun with the mechanic. That's kind of the way I see it. So I don't really mind losing this to this day. It would be interesting to watch, but it's kind of hard to kill prospects, folks. When I kill other people doing this, it takes me a lot of time and effort to nail it. You either have to land directly on them, or you have to catch them on the hole. It's not easy. Especially if they're not a dummy. Oh, dude, 37 MS? Holy fuck, dude, that's insane. Gravy's pissed. That's awesome. Here, I'll show you. I'll hover the scoop for you. I mean, my scoops are doing 4.1 a pop, 4.2 a pop. So this is about maxed out right here, right? It doesn't really get much better than this for this style setup. The only way to do it would be, instead of using +9s, +8s, +7s, you'd have to use +10s. That's it. I even use harvest implants, so there's really no way to improve it anymore. 1 bill an hour with 4 accounts? No. I have 5 accounts. And 1 bill an hour with 5 accounts is 200 mil an hour per account. Correct, also. But that's actually still a lot of money for this. This used to be like 75 mil an hour for me. It's no longer 75 mil an hour. Per account, I mean. Off the hockey later, Gator. Last time I was attacked while having gas, ended up with a great conversation while I cloaked off his bow about 15 km away from him. That's awesome. His bow. Wait, you said bow as in like a ship bow? That's crazy, bro. I love that. Yeah, I'm happy to like answer theoretical questions about this stuff and kind of show off some of the numbers we have here. I'm still gonna let you watch a Nomad Tale 16 to kind of, you know, fill in the gaps. Like, you'll know everything when you watch that. Everything about all my aspect of gameplay, from combat to harvesting to trade to hauling, everything. You'll know everything. But for now, I'll still stay a little vague. But yeah, the draw rate is ridiculous. I would be shocked if there was anybody with a 5-man setup with more gas than this. Maybe Nico. Sup, fish? I can tell you one thing though, Gravy. This is too fast. Yep. Nomad 16, early January, that's my goal. Worst case, late January, but I'm thinking first 2 weeks of January, I'd love to push that out and have a party. Yeah, Vita is gonna love a Nomad Tale 16. I'm gonna just leave it like that. I do a little L posting in there. What's the minimal number of prospects when used with Outrider? Well, if you have 3 accounts, switching one of them to an Outrider is a big buff. Somebody reported going from no booster to an Outrider with 3 accounts was a 70% increase. I didn't do the math. I can tell you that with 5 accounts, switching from a Magus to an Outrider was 20% flat. But that was before I used the Bissell scoops. So now, you know, it's proportional, so I don't really think it matters too much. Anyway, why don't we switch over to a little bit of hacking and then we'll go back to gas. We'll just kind of switch it up a little bit. Keep would-be hunters guessing, yeah? Max skills Outrider with 2 accounts is slight increase over 2 prospects. Yeah, but I have a huge problem with using 1 Outrider, 1 prospect, and that is you are literally taking 500,000 trips per site. I would much rather use 2 prospects over the Outrider prospect. And I know you weren't thinking about that, but A lot of people solo living in J space actively. I would say no, but there certainly are plenty of people. Not a lot though. I mean, you can go around J space and find solo players in star bases. You'll sometimes run into people that aren't around citadels, but you'll never really know if they're solo, right? There's no way to actually know. I'm looking forward to getting to 17 with my plan. Gravy, buddy. I think what you're doing is hyping me up, making me feel good, but what I want you to know is like, bro, you'll get there. You're just starting. Just look at what you got and be happy, and then realize what the ceiling is and be good. I don't want you to feel like you're behind, you know? I literally rolled 15 billion worth of scoops and kept the best ones. Glad she isn't living in J space. It's spooky. Your multiple personalities are. If their corp has less than 20 people, they're solo. That's a really good metric, especially less than 10. But 20 is a good number. So in Bash your solo setup, what happened? The return on investment on the scoop is also probably going to be, yeah, I mean, yeah, if there was a market for it, I would have like quadrupled my money based on my numbers. But I'm just going to hold on to them all for a little bit and see if a market forms. I know people like Gravy want to buy some of my syndicates and stuff, but honestly, like, they're a little too expensive for you right now, my G. I would almost rather sit down with you, Gravy, and roll some Tech 2s and get some primo Tech 2s for you. Like, don't sleep on Tech 2s with low residue. That shit is extremely good. To the point where, like, I actually want my own set of Tech 2s. I want them. I also want a set of Tech 1s. With the way mutaplasmas are, like, there's a literal reason to use all 3 sets once again, for me. Tech 1s for stream, so I can just sit there and scoop gas for longer periods of time. Tech 2s if I'm in a risky space, and mutaplasma, or an abyssals if I'm in a safe space. Yo, I'm making some coffee right now. I'm actually not OPSECing anything. Just stand by. I will be with you momentarily. We're going to take some relics. We'll also do a silent battleground, maybe. Maybe? If it's still there. Give me, I don't know, 3 minutes, yeah? Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. Hopefully you had a wonderful Christmas. Hopefully things are good for you. I am a very happy boy to have such a wonderful audience. Thank you. I'll make you some coffee, some extra coffee.
Connecting.
Chat, what's your favorite ship to hack relics with? Do you only French press? Yeah, these days. It's fun. Used to think I love coffee. It turns out I love French vanilla creamer. Dude, amen. I hate the taste of coffee. But you know what? Some coffee's better than others. I think that's the trick. Someone says magnate, someone says anathema with black glass. Okay. I use an acero with black glass. My brother only fresh grind and French press. I mean, that's kind of what I do too. I kind of do it to be funny and be a hipster. I also kind of like it. It's enjoyable. I don't think it makes a difference personally, but I don't know better, so it's not really the greatest opinion. Konami found the cough sack. Zedicus says, I have the Astera but don't use it. The stats for hacking do look better. Yeah, they're not better, and the scanning is even worse, actually, than the covert ops. But the Astera has one thing going for it. It is like 1,000 times faster than the other ships at moving around. And it can field a very formidable tank, and it has offense and escapability. So in real-world conditions, even though no nullifier and less scanning, because I use a dedicated hacker, it's actually the perfect ship for me. If you're combining roles or if you're traveling a lot, maybe not the best. Yeah, Matrim says I have a Ghostside tanked Astero I do everything with. Yep. My Astero basically can do all the content, just like a lot of your scanning ships, with a simple refit. But it's really hard to get a hold of. It moves really fast. If someone decloaks, like, you can actually outrun sabers and shit half the time, which is kind of funny. So if you're somebody that, like, wants to stay alive, it's just a philosophical thing. Do I want to have more control when I'm decloaked, or do I want to stay cloaked more reliably and not get bubbled? It's like a little trade-off. Not gonna lie, I don't even expect to fight back when I get caught. I just expect to either get away or not. Cyber Cowboy, what's up, G? How you doing? Just making some coffee here, guys. I'll be right with you. Can you check your Discord? What's up? Ooh. Yeah, I like that. So that's the scale skin with a sweet color on it. Pythian scales. I need like an art channel. Thanks for sharing. $40K reference? Ah, I wouldn't have got it, darn. It looks good though. It's super standard stereo fit here. Obviously, I usually run the nano instead of the cargos here, but the reason we have the cargos on is for a good reason, because we're about to do a silent battleground. Now, you know, there's not too many wormhole effects that affect hacking, but this one is one of them. What's up, Cookie? What magnetars do is they actually reduce your locking range, which hurts for cherry picking. So we obviously have to run the SIBO to counteract that. But I actually run the SIBO everywhere, not just like a magnetar. It's not like a refit for this. Painted red, it makes it faster. Is there anything more fun than running ships in a bubble camp and taunting them by cloaking, warping it outside of the bubble? Yep, you know it. It's like a little, haha. Teehee. Helios for scanning and hacking? Yeah, Helios is sweet. So obviously, you know, you gotta understand that it doesn't really matter that much what you hack with, but I personally find that you are most vulnerable when decloaked and navigating cans. So why not use the fastest ship with a flight of EC drones, technically? I mean, I don't even have them. I don't even have EC drones with me because I don't care. I'm not launching them, but you could use them and get out of something. Also, you guys know from my videos, I'm sure you guys have seen my ghost site video by now, but if not, I have a video on my YouTube that says ghost sites are a treat, not a terror. And it shows you how to fit this ship to tank multiple shops from any ghost site. So you can just real quick throw these modules on, these two, and then tank ghost sites extremely strongly. Like, you guys know the drill. This is a fantastic little ship, but you can do this with a Buzzard or a Helios too. I just want to be clear though. When it comes to regular hacking, it's really up in the air. I think for ghost sites, the Astero is the best. I think you need the ship that can hack and move from can to can the fastest. What do you use the EC drones for? EC drones would be for in case you got caught by a saber, you're on the third bubble and you break his lock or something. EC drones break a target for a split second, then they can lock you over again. So what you do with EC drones is you align to like a planet, and then you put your drones on the guy locking you and scramming you, and then if they break his target, you immediately warp before he gets a chance to lock you again. Your in-game name is Kolokin? No, that's one of my toilers. I do have that character though. My in-game name for stream is Jack the Needle. Yeah, but EC drones are basically a way to get out of being scrambled or pointed with a very small chance of working, but it can save you. I mean, we've all lost a kill to EC drones, right? The problem is for a ship like this, you have no health, so you insta-die, so EC drones get no chance to actually function. Price quality for Astero. It's really good, and I think for ghost sites specifically, you need the speed to maximize on the site. You can do the sleeper caches with a normal co-ops, though. It's really just the ghost site where you want the Astero. But again, you can still cherry pick it with a buzzard or whatever if you want to get the max loot. You're a tin boy. They're doing 40k shit in my chat. I don't know. I don't know if I should be scared or not. This game's awesome. Thanks for the info. You are so welcome. Yeah, EC drones. Here, there's actually a whole set of electronic warfare drones. You have drones that can EC, which is jamming, breaking target. You also have drones that can web, newt, so on and so forth. The reason why we don't use any of the E-War drones except for the EC drones is because of the way that stacking penalties work. And because drones only apply a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of E-War. So if you have 5 web drones, they barely slow the target and they start stacking against each other. But, crucially, EC drones, there's no stacking penalty. They're just each individually hoping to roll a die high enough to jam him for a second. So you can swarm them with EC drones, and all you have to do is get one of them to break the target for 1 second and you're gone. That's the whole point of EC drones. You can also use them offensively if you're 1v1ing like a trig ship, maybe you want to try to break his target. The problem is that most people don't actually know how jams work, but it's really simple. Jams look at your sensor strength versus their sensor strength. Now, sometimes it originates from the actual module. For example, like a jam itself. It looks at the sensor strength of the jam versus their sensor strength. But for drones, small EC drones have 1 sensor strength. So if you have 20 yourself, this is your chance to jam. Now, because there's 5 drones, it's actually 5 over 20, which is 1 in 4. See that? This is the basic math we use to determine if we're going to actually jam somebody. This also works if you have a jamming non-drone, you would have a higher strength here. You might have like 8. So then now it would be 8 over 20. And then you could reduce that down, right? One more thing I'll note is that sensor strength itself, it's a stat that generally comes from ships that like have a lot of E-War. For example, look at the Astero. It's got 13 points of sensor strength. That means each EC drone has a 1 over 13 chance to do it. Also, there's this thing in targeting that you may want to be aware of. These sensor compensation skills, these are race-based. So for the Astero, it would be magnetometric. These increase your sensor strength as well. For ships like recons, they have really high sensor strength. Exploration ships have high sensor strength. Ships that are stupid, dumb, and slow tend to have lower. So in theory, it's easier to jam things that are low. The 40k universe is just crazy. Imagine the worst possible place and that being twice as bad as the nicest place. Yeah, so I don't really know much about it. I just heard that there's like there's everything in there. And sometimes people glom on to like the really unethical shit. I'm just like rolling my eyes. It looks like a fun game though. What's up, Dodge This? Zeticus sent me a contract? Cool. Thank you. I'll log on that character before I finish today. I gotta watch the time today too. Was wondering what those skills are for? Yeah. So there's other things that sensor strength is used for. For example, when somebody combat scans you, like if they open their map and try to scan you down with combats, it uses your size, your signature radius, and your sensor strength for that. So the more electronically savvy your ship is, the harder it is to scan down. And the smaller it is, the harder it is to scan down. So something like a Covops, hard to scan down, right? The Blinky Burst Jam on a Widow always impressed me with how powerful Jam it is. 80% chance to break lock on everything that isn't Seaboat. Exactly, Zalium. That's why we want to use Widows as our bridge ship, because when you have a bonus to overheated burst jam, Ascension burst jam or whatever on a Widow, it's like that number is like 18 over 20 or something, right? It's crazy. It's gonna happen usually. 40k is over 40 years old and lore is insane. It dwarfs Eve lore. That's awesome. Nah, because I don't know the game, I only like read stupid stories about it. You know, you'll hear like people doing the fascist army and stuff like that. I'm assuming that most people who play 40k are probably completely cool, my guess. Same thing with like Magic, you know, their fucking weirdos in there. Let's get this coffee in my belly here, chat, shall we? You know, I love that. Has anybody here never seen a silent battleground before? I know a lot of you have. That's okay. So this is the second time I'm doing this on stream. This might be the second time anyone's ever done this on stream. I don't know. Have you ever seen someone do a silent battleground on stream? I don't know if I have. Yeah. I gotta tighten up my desk. When I'm sharing the fit, I'm building a stair. Yeah, so I actually have this fit on Eve Workbench. Isn't that crazy? This is the only fit I have on Eve Workbench. Let me see if I can find you a link. So if we go here and we go here, and I look in the description.
Connecting.
Oh, did I overwrite the fit? Uh-oh.
Connecting.
Uh-oh. I overwrote the fit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, I gotta go find it. Yeah, I can just show you the fit, but I have a workbench. And no, I'm just gonna show you the video. Here's the video of the fit. Let me see if I can find the actual fit, though. Uh-oh. Just gonna keep saying uh-oh until somebody, like, attacks me. Found it. Here's the fit on Eve Workbench. So here's the fit. This actually tells you how to do it too. This is why I want to show it to you. This is the accompanying fit for the video that I linked. I'll put both of these on YouTube as well, just in case. Ah, I kind of formatted them wrong. So this is the idea. This is specifically for ghost sites, but what you need to understand is that you take that fit and just make 1 or 2 swaps, and then you have your normal fit too. This fit is not particularly expensive. This looks expensive, it's not. This is like $1. You know? Anyway. Appreciate Nomad videos. Happy to catch you live. Sergeant Mullets, what's up, buddy? Who's weirder, MTG or 40k? I don't know. I don't know 40k guys. MTG guys are weird. But they mostly just want to compete and like win or be cool. I'm sure it's the same in 40k. I did play a lot of Magic though. Whoopsies. Wow. So let's do it like this. Let's breathe. Let's enjoy the moment. We'll go hunt some sites here. In fact, let me start a little refit here so I can fit for speed first. We'll come back for cargo later when we do the SPG. May or may not have gotten bored last night with Wormhole diving and develop my own mapping system. Uh-oh. That's scary. You made a GUI you made a website GUI? What's the framework for this? That's so cool, dude. You made all that in one day? What? I'm looking at wormhole stakes and all that. Nice. I'm just wondering what the GUI is. That looks cool. Just Python and JS. Did you like use a framework or did you vibe code that? I mean, just be honest. It's okay if you vibe coded it. I don't care. It's for yourself. What the fuck am I gonna say? Under a gun, what's up, buddy? I want to try day tripping wormhole hacking sites and curious whether fit AB versus micro warp drive and having armor tank or not. Okay. Yeah. So definitely micro warp drive. And for hacking, I wouldn't worry about the tank. One thing I will say is that, my friend, we need to stay away from the word forgotten and unsecured. You're only looking for ruined. You're only looking for sites that say ruined. Do not even attempt to scan down unsecured or forgotten sites, because those are combat sites, even though they say relic and data. I started from scratch and would use LM for assistance. Cool, cool, cool. I just didn't know because it looks like a front end framework like package. Very cool, very cool. I don't really know that much about coding, so I was just guessing. And just to be clear, like, I'm an AI hater, but like for your own personal projects, I mean, for fuck's sake, dude, that's up to you, man. I have no issues with people using things, just exploiting labor. That's my major problem. Got an Eve tool that I want to share with you when I'm ready. It's got Zkill for 1 year plus live streaming kills plus hourly historical ESI with some pretty creative ways to find bots and their locations. Fascinating. Fully vibe coded, but works very well. Cool. Post it on the Linux Discord. Just mention it's vibe coded and nobody will go to your case. We'll praise Bob soon? Hell yeah. Yeah, so one other thing I'll recommend under a gum, and you know, I know this is not what you want to hear. I know, but I gotta keep it real. Like, if this is New Eden, right, and here's Jitta, here's Amar, here's Stowe Dixie, here's Hack and Renz, right? If this is New Eden, Empire Space, and then this is J Space, my recommendation is like, actually, like, don't do this for hacking. Like, don't do this for hacking. I know, we love wormholes, but the pirate loots, it exists. Right now we're staring at one, right? However, you have to scan down so many signatures to find it. All these are like wormholes and combat sites you can't do. And once you do find it, you took so long that anybody in that site, anybody in that system now knows you're there, and you show up and they insta-kill you. That does happen. Also, this site could be the worst relic site. So my advice is, instead of going to JSpace for relics, now it's a cool experience, but I wouldn't do it for profit. I would do it for knowledge and skill and wisdom and a fun time. What I recommend is actually going down here into Empire Space, into Nullsec Space, and focusing on Sancha relics. Now, if this is too annoying for you to get down there, well, then just go up and do Garista relics up here in the north. Focus on Garista and Sancha. Find a little space where they let you breathe and you don't just get insta-killed, and farm the shit out of them. Put the loot in a mobile depot and farm some more, or a Pock and haul it back and farm some more. You go into JSpace, you're going to have lower ISK per hour, which is, I know, is an important metric to everybody. And you're going to have more labor for every ISK you do. So I'm not trying to scare you off from doing JSpace. I'm trying to say that for a hacker coming into JSpace, it sucks. But for someone in JSpace, it's not bad because it's right in front of you. So again, I know you didn't ask to be dissuaded, but I just want to make that point. If you hate JSpace hacking or you can't get money, focus Sancha. Focus Garista. You'll be shocked at the cans you get. I think it's pretty like hilarious and amazing and actually kind of awesome. Like, people that, you know, may or may not like know how to build like a personal project can just vibe code it up and get it working. I think that's awesome. That's the type of shit it should be for. Do you have any plans to make use of the group no event filaments? Sorry? How do you drink your coffee? I put a little creamer in it, yeah. When I first switched this, I was doing it black, but I put a little creamer in it now. A little non-Nestle creamer. Serpentis is trash for sites? Yeah. It goes Sancha, Garista, Rogue Drones. I would say that the reason I steer people away from JSpace is not even necessarily the ISK, although they understand that language. It's mostly because you're gonna have a bad time usually. You're gonna get killed and have no idea what happened. But some people are drawn to it. Can recall the most valuable droppable hack. Yeah, Sancha cans can drop up to like 140 million per can. With a max roll. People presume that it's build me this app, not realizing it's just a tool and still requires proper architecture and domain expertise and tons of... Yeah, I mean, listen, I am an AI hater. So like in the workplace, in creativity, like in Gen AI for like art, I hate it. But like you guys just happen to be doing the one thing that I think it's actually kind of useful for, which is doing something you couldn't do to better your life. That's good. Anyway, I refuse to get into a conversation about AI. I love you guys. 5 and 10 minute version though. Yeah, I think so. You saying like group reward track filling? Probably not. I love it. I have a little experience in Eve, but still like bullying herons and buzzards. Yeah, I'm finally over that. You know what? It took me 3 years to stop killing herons. I'm finally over it. And you know what? I feel good. It feels like I've, progressed. Now listen, if you're still killing herons, I love that. Trust me, you need to do it. It's like a cat playing with food. You have to do it. 10-man winter events, yeah. Oh, needlejacking. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Konome's talking about. I feel like Konome has been smoking on that loud pack, right? He's got that sticky, icky, no stems, no seeds, no sticks. That ooh-wee loud. He's got that fucking, that bullhorn, that vuvuzela, that Lord's lettuce. He's got all that shit wrapped up into one. A little keef on top. My man is toasted. What the fuck are you saying, Koname? You're actually out? I see. Very interesting. This is me saying, oh, okay. All right. He's sober. Everybody, oh my God. Watch out. He's mentally sober right now. He hasn't had his tea yet. He smoked 2 joints in the morning and he smoked 2 joints at night. So needlejack. Yeah, I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. Do you want me to do something with it, or were you just asking if I had any ideas for you? I'm toasted. Web hostage, what's up, G? I see a heron buzzard scanning around our space. I always try to cut off with a seaboat rocket flycatcher. That's awesome. My tool of choice for that is a bomber. If you catch them at a can, they actually have 0% chance. It's cool. The bubbles, they always have a chance to outplay me, right? But if you catch them in a drag, it's easy. Konami, it's okay, buddy. You're allowed to have moments like that. I don't really know what you're saying, but if at a later date you figure out what the fuck you were talking about, you let me know, and we'll revisit this. We'll relitigate the whole conversation, you and I. Do a little Oppo research together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, you silly Billy. So I know I talked about hacking. I am going to hack. I actually see 3 relic sites, and whoa! Look at how blue that... Dude, Ryan is single-handedly funding the YouTube venture over here. My God. What's up, Ryan? He's the only dude who does this, but he does it like every time. And I just turned ads off on YouTube, so I don't make any money on YouTube anymore except for this guy. Fuck yeah, Ryan. He's holding it up. How are you, buddy? Got my first solo taco kill? You want to link it? Oh, you can't link it, can you? If you can tell me the name, I'll look it up and pull it on stream. Also, let me look at those skins that Zeticus showed us. These are the skins he wanted to show us. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of the scale texture. I think that scale texture is going to be a staple in Skinner over the years. How long has Skinner been out for? I'll be anonymous. Got it. Probably intelligent. Some people like to show off, some don't. Super funny. I gave you the skin to the BBC giveaway. Got you. I will log on that account before I finish today and take a look.
Autopilot jumping.
Sergeant Mullet giving subs away. Get the hell out of here. Knock it off, you. No supporting. Wait, Sergeant Mullet came over from YouTube to support on Twitch. That's crazy. You see that? Sergeant Mullet just came over from YouTube to support on Twitch to rig the numbers. That's awesome. Just kidding. Thank you, dude. Oh, I just realized that's the way to shill extra hard, is to get your two communities to out support each other. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the worst thing I've ever come up with. It's alright. I love both my children equally. Actually, I'm gonna be real with you. I love Twitch more. I'm sorry, I do. But I do strongly love YouTube. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Come on. Let's go hack a fucking can, chat, yeah? I know the Sancha's burning a hole in your pocket. Let's do that one, yeah? Let's see if we can get a sweet, stinky, fat Sancha can for chat to ogle over. Is it oogle? Ogle? What's bugging you, chat? Are you flying in the face of cockroaches? Wait, no, there's nothing else there. Delicious. So here's the deal. I remember when I started playing Eve again, when I did a Nomad sale. I remember the first, 10 episodes. I would see everything and I would hoover it up because I didn't have a whole lot. But time changes. Time makes you bolder. Even children grow older, and I'm getting older too. So what I've learned here is that cherry picking things is obviously the way to go. I learned that a while ago, but you don't even have to break the site. I used to go in and break a can. I don't even care. I'm comfortable with my mapping. Sites can sit here for as long as they want. Who am I to rush them? The sites don't rush me. So we're gonna return that energy to our friends here. Take a quick look skis inside. Yeah. 300k in the first one. 800k in the second one. 7 mil in the third. 29k in the fourth. 23 mil in the fifth. And we have a blueprint in the sixth. Right. So I do believe I did a ghost site before this, and may have possibly forgot to refit to the requisites analyzer. So I'll be right back. Can you show your stereo fit after having? Sure. I actually have a link for you of the fit on so here's the link of the fit, and here's the link of the video for explaining the ghost sites. We're not doing ghost sites now, but so that fit should explain everything that's going on. Now that is tuned for ghost sites, but it's the same fit. We just sub stuff in and out. The point of the Astero is speed and tank. Now buzzards have tank and hacking, but no speed, right? Astero has all three. But the thing is, we actually need to not be, we don't need to be as good at hacking as we do speed and tank for a lot of the content, so. I have a data analyzer on it, not a relic analyzer, sorry chat. Tasselhoff, what up buddy? We see you happy with running class 3s and 4 sites, but nowadays we're looking for content in class 6s. Sorry, what type of content? Ratting? PvP? Ghost sites? What are you talking about? The way you just phrase it makes me think ratting. I joined Brave. Is there a particular reason people dislike Brave? No. Oh, Zedekiah says, I joined Brave. I think we got war decked for the 5th time. Why do people dislike us? Nobody dislikes Brave. They're just considered an easy target because they accept so many new bros. So they're constantly war decked. No, everybody loves Brave, Zedekiah. Brave gets targeted exactly the same amount as other newbie-friendly alliances. That's my take. They might argue they get targeted more, but I think it's about the same. I mean, I personally blops Brave a little bit, personally. So, like, it's not like I'm above it all. Let's switch this out. Sorry about that. I brought the wrong stuff to the party. What's up, Spooky? Snowflake says, I missed your Christmas stream. Merry Christmas, happy holiday. Oh, sorry I couldn't get you a gift. Merry Christmas to you, too, dude. Thanks for that. Good to see you, Snowflake. Spooky coming in giving me hearts. You don't even have to hit the text-to-speech, bro. I got you. One for the road, too. You ain't gotta hit the TTS. I know what it is. You're not wrong, we were always getting it. I guess the thought is the shield tank the explosions because it auto-regenerates as opposed... Well, shields are naturally resistance to explosive in the first place, Ryan, right? So the idea is armor slows you down, generally, tanks. And so speed is the most important thing in a ghost site. So it all comes together. Natural resists, extra mid slot. We want speed. We give up the lows for speed. Yeah, it all comes together. Alright, well, it would be pretty fucking funny if someone was watching that site and see me like warp off because I have the wrong fucking analyzer. I would be a fan of that. I hope you guys had fun. Dude, it was awesome. I gave out so many gifts. It was such a treat. It made me feel quite good. Also did some things I wanted to do. You know, disabling ads on YouTube, personal stuff. Just felt good to kind of, you know, shed a new leaf. Turn a new leaf. Renter Alliance is like in it, turn wars off. Brave is how we're brave enough to stay war enabled. Renter Alliance is like in it. Damn, shots fired. Yo, that's clean. All right, all right. When it was only 3 wars, I would still dodge them in high stack with 5 war decks if fully alto clock. Yeah, so wars in high deck are kind of a symptom, staple experience within the adventure of joining a new bro friendly corp. You really do get picked on at the trade hubs, but I mean, you learn a lot, dude. Like, joining Brave is great. I highly recommend you join Brave if you're new to the game. I missed all the awesome giveaways yesterday. I was watching them. I got real life aggro. Nah, no worries. No worries. We made a bunch of people happy. That's kind of the goal. Even though it may not have been you this time. Who knows? Alright, so we're gonna blood. These obviously don't pay much, but we'll still take a quick look. Move off of the center line here and start locking up some of these. I think I can only lock 5. $23, we'll take it. It's pretty good for a blood. 7 mil in there. I'm just gonna leave it because I'm a lazy SOB. It's actually a fair bit amount going on here, like just natural instincts wise, right? I'm not really so interested in the hacking minigame itself anymore. It's kind of like once you learn it, it's whatever. But what's interesting about these sites is that when you hunt them enough, when you kill enough people in them, you kind of learn what to look for. The most dumb possible way to do these sites would be to, how do I do this? Would basically be to like go from this side to that side and just do each can by itself, okay? We know that's the slowest, most predictable way to do it. A lot of the cans are not worth a lot. What other people will do is they'll come in and they'll land at 0 and they'll scan all the things and cherry pick the one and head towards it. What I recommend doing though, is I recommend coming in, immediately decloaking and burning off the center line. Just get away from where you warped at, scan all the cans, and then find the biggest one and fly to it and take it immediately and leave instantly. It's the smallest possible window to react. Somebody has to be on the ball and warp to the can as you're flying to it. If you're quick, you're already in position to burn off by the time they decloak. Now, a good player can catch you, period. But most people don't bother hunting relic sites when they get good. It's just the truth. So you just gotta outplay the people that are still on this type of content. Webhouse, this is DAP time. I love it. Kraken Binary, welcome to the stream. I have a data site in my hole that I want gone as C4 hole. Would it be doable with the paladin and respawn it? Should I bring a friend? Yeah, C4 should every site should be doable by a paladin. But understand that it's a data site, it's a signature, so it's roughly equivalent to like, you know, a lower end C5 site. It'll definitely be hard. I would familiarize yourself with the site first, but you should easily be able to do it in a paladin. I mean, I can do them in Vargars, so paladin's like better maybe, I don't know. I had a bad time. I didn't win the Vargar. Aw. Sorry, buddy. Maybe next time. It was really cool that so many people got some great stuff. Yeah, no doubt. It felt good to hand stuff out. I think last year I just gave out like 2,000 plex. This was much cooler. It was a fun stream. I had a really good time. I handed out a lot of stuff, but like I like to remind people are nuts on this stream sometimes with the subs. Slimy Goblin is here. Kind of scared of Brave. They chased me through Goon Swarm after I robbed their bank. Well, Brave is, you know, their standing fleet is very scrappy and they'll chase you much further than other groups because a lot of their guys are very eager. One of the memes about Brave is that their comms are like full of like, you know, squeakers or people that are, you know, young or overeager, right? But that's not the worst thing. There's always a Cloaky Loki watching. Cloaky Loki. We'll cloak your Loki. Alright, so let's kill this bookmark too. And I think we just got one more here. Another Blood Raider. Yeah. I don't really look at the data sites. I guess we could, since we're chilling. Brave likes to taste fights. That is 100% true. Got a muffin. I love Brave, personally. I think it'd be cool if one day they severed their spiritual ties to kind of Imperium, but that's never gonna happen. That's okay. I still love them. I don't hate Imperium either. I just think Brave would be better off a little bit more independent when push comes to shove. But I know they don't want to get shit canned and like ganged up on, and you know, I get it. They have some own worries. They have their own worries. Wow, Josh says it's actually live. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the teaser that I put out, but if not, go check that out. New episode in a couple weeks. Can't wait to drop it. I am, how you say, quite excited. Another streamer jumped into the Brave Capital with a Lesh fleet to rob the bank. That's awesome. Yeah, I've fought Brave so many times. I love them. Brave's just good vibes, man. I'll show you one more technique if you're super paranoid. I'm not sure we're going to get a can worth stealing here. We have 6 million on one of them. Not great. We'll take this one. So basically the idea is instead of going for the can that you want, go for another one first, like this. I'll show you. If you think for whatever reason someone's watching you, or you're being hunted, or you're just being extra paranoid, there's all types of stuff you can do, but this is the fast way to do it. Warp to another can and sit there. Hack it. And then close it, and then go to the can you want. Why? Because if they initiate a warp to it, they're now fucked. Just saying. Like, the way the hunter works is he's waiting for you to go to a can to, like, immediately go there, right? He didn't really have much opportunity here, did he? Like, by the time he lands now, we're already cloaking before he can lock us. It's done. You just gotta think about how they actually catch you on this ice. That's not foolproof. A good player is gonna outplay you every time in this dynamic. But don't think you're just like food that can't outplay people. You can also have people here. You can have alts supporting you. I'll have to practice to hack that fast. Yeah, well, when you do enough of them, you get quick. Also, some people have connections that make it slower. Put that teaser up again? Nah, I've already played it like 4 times. I can't play it anymore. It's so good though. The music just still gets me going. Less than Age to find a Crusader, but I got a couple Lesh kills. Worth. Rizio lost the corpse. I just picked up a corp from Amamake Keepstar that was like glitched. I contracted it to my corp and it unglitched itself. All right, let's see what we got. Did 3 relic sites. We got 53 mil worth of loot, which I would say for 2 Blood Raider sites would be not bad. That'd be pretty good. But for a Sancha in there, yeah, a bit of a dud Sancha. We only got 5 plates from it, really. Not bad, though. Like, the question is, do I want to switch over to data? Or should I just do the SBG? You know what's kind of fun is switching the content on stream. Gas hacking. Let me switch back to gas now, and then we'll go back to hacking. It's kind of fun. A Silent Battleground is a nice treat. If you haven't seen it, you'll definitely want to stick around to see it in like an hour or so. But it's basically a data relic site that only spawns in shattered systems. So you can imagine if you're not, you know, in them all the time for whatever reason, or if you're not making big maps, you may not see these. And if you don't know what a shattered system is, if you're new to the game, it is a wormhole system where you can't put buildings down. No citadels, no star bases. In that sense, people like to consider them unownable. I don't think that's necessarily the best way to look at it. I personally think all systems are unownable in JSpace. But then again, I'm a radical. Chairman Chlorokin over here. And then you need to be able to scan it down. Like Thera is a shattered system. Thera is particularly interesting because it's not only it's not only like shattered rules, it has its own rules. It's its own class of space. There's no other class of space like Thera. It is the only C12 system in the game. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I still want to check if Turner's its own class. I want to say it's its own class as well. I don't know. I never looked that one up. Obviously, the Drifters are each their own class. You can't, like, own space, man, alright? Tell that to Laserhawks and Hard Knocks, right? No, I've had this debate a lot, but the TLDR is like, I think the sovereignty mechanics make it so that we can recognizably own space, but in JSpace, the line is much more blurred. Like, you can have 3 people living in the same system and not even notice it. In theory. Obviously, it's not how it works, because of time zones. I know you would actually notice it, but I'm just trying to talk, like, you know, openly here about the idea of how much stuff there is to go around in JSpace. The people trying to lock down the highest class, the best systems, the C6 red giants, all that type of stuff. I get it. That's just how human nature, cartel stuff, I get it. But it doesn't interest me at all, for whatever that's worth. Just give me a few minutes here on the OPSEC screen. I'm gonna drop some gas in some spot, maybe. I really wanted to go to Thera when I came back to the game and got there and it seemed kind of mad. The market was terrible. Didn't seem to be much. Yeah, so the best way to look at Thera is a travel hub. It kind of seems like to a new player, it should be this like oasis, but it's more of an area that connects other areas. The people that live there are PvPers that just prey on people through the wormholes. That's pretty much the only people that live there. And that's not very intuitive, to be fair. I don't really blame you. Lower had a neat idea on a stream recently about an outer rim type of space that's not in JSpace, but there's no Sav either. Nice. You just wanted to say the word rim, didn't you? I know my chat too well. He wants to add a rim of space around. Wants to give Eve a rim job. I can't believe it. That's disgusting. How could you? Pixie. Yeah, that's a cool idea for sure. I love it. I mean, listen. It's basically a ring of NPC space with no stations. Yeah, it's cool. I love it. Now, here's the thing. The problem with Eve is that it's such an interesting base that it's so easy to come up with good ideas for. Which means that, like, you know, at any given point, you know, you're almost just not impressed by ideas anymore because of how dime a dozen they are and how cool any idea could be. And I'm not trying to be shitty, I'm just trying to be like, I almost stop myself from dreaming sometimes with Eve in terms of development. Because, you know, I don't think any of these ideas are ever gonna make it in. Also, these 3 prospects are pretty aligned, nice. Very nice. Anyway, it's a cool idea for sure. I'm being a bah humbug. So VFR, I'm only going to take the big cloud. I only take the big cloud because the small cloud is poopy stinky, and it's small, and it's dangerous, and I don't care about it. I'd rather let it despawn over 3 days and do it. It's true. There's ideas in the execution, yeah. I'm just trying to say, like, I could sit here all day and just opine about insane ideas for this game. And while it's fun, and honestly, maybe even useful and inspiring, it is depressing for me. Like, that none of these ideas are ever going to see it. Like, just for example, I'm throwing one out there I've had. Like, rework gas to where, like, it slows you down, and the faster you go, the more gas you scoop. Now you're scaling gas based off of speed, and you can decouple it from mining completely. Done! Reworked it, the shit's insane, everybody loves it, the crowd fucking went wild, right? Fucking hire this guy, this Ice Frog 2.0, right? I get it. I get it. That's what I'm saying. But these ideas aren't worth anything because, you know, CCP has mad good ideas too. They just don't want to break their game. Zenarian says, hey, Chlorican, watch all your videos to end. Good to see you live. Thank you. Well, new episode coming. New episode coming. Good to see you too. Hopefully your year's end is at least speckled with good vibes. What are y'all talking about over here? My corp has structures in a C2. We've been ransomed before. Ooh. Zenarian, it's the best way to get help under siege is forming friendship with other corps. Yeah, see, I'm too afraid for all this. That's why I'm afraid of buildings. Would love speed scoop. Yeah, you know, see what I'm saying? Like, you see how much design space there is in all directions with Eve? That's why it's like, you know, like, fuck yeah, we should add an outer ring of space. Fuck yeah, we should. Like, I say fuck yeah to all the ideas. The problem is, it's not even CCP hates us. I'm telling you that's not it. It's that they have a product that is literally held together by fucking duct tape. Okay? And they're fucking scared of it breaking. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. That mentality is why we have this game in such an insanely awesome usable state 20 years later. So the conservative nature, kind of the development cycle that they have of fewer changes is literally, in my opinion, a large reason why this game is still here. The other pillar would be the multi-boxing monetization. I can't imagine the spaghetti code. Yeah, most of the base in Python I heard, which is just mind-blowing to me. I'm not a coder. I don't know, but that just seems mind-blowing. Eve's, like all MMOs, are built on hopes and prayers. I think Eve is the worst. Mate, people joke about POS code, but they ain't joking. They wanted to turn off POSes 9 years ago. They still haven't done it because, quite literally, if they do anything other than disable the modules, try to remove them, like random things break all over the game. I'm not even joking. That's not a meme that's like made up. I can't point to any one thing in particular. But I remember when Citadels came out. They were like, under no certain terms will we be keeping POSes around for much longer. Like, that was the message the whole time. We're gonna phase them out, we're gonna phase them out. All they did was disable a few modules 9 years later. They can't get rid of them. War Thunder's notorious? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Imagine they rework all the level 4 missions and missions as a whole. That, please. That ain't happening. I wish it will. I'll sub another 5 accounts. If they rework level 4 missions. You got them by the balls, man. Run 11 accounts on Omega, only do massive PI and mass mining. That's awesome. You should do the Gila ball. I had my homie Gerald on my Discord today telling me to do a heal ball. You should do a heal ball. Get one guy in a Busher or whatever ship you want, or a command ship, and just have 10 healers behind him. Drone bunny that shit, and anybody that comes near you, insta-kill him. You can't logi through it. Well, I guess battleships can. You should do a heal ball. It's not even like an EOS guy thing. You don't even have to have skill. You just F1 people. If you die, so what? It's like 300 mil healers. It's only 3 bill for a total catastrophic loss. It's not even like buku bucks. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, you should seriously look into it. Now, I'm not saying go out and do it because maybe you're not skilled enough to like multi-box the PvP yet, but look into it. It's, if I had 10, I'd probably do it just for the content and fun. But I run 8 accounts right now. 3 of them are in ChloroKitties, 5 of them are in Jolly Ranchers. So I won't go anywhere higher than that. For me, it's a question of do I go back down to 4 or not. Not whether I go to 6. Having an account for every single POS module will be a nightmare. That's why stations work like a big ship. Yeah, I don't know how the data structures are set up. I have no idea. I'm assuming that's the problem, is how they have the data structured or something. This shit doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, really, the only people that uses POSes anymore are occasionally like Titan pilots that want to do like bridges. I use them for my own adventures and stuff. A POS is basically like a throwaway little force field, is the best way I look at it. Imagine you had a module where you can anchor it to a moon and it stays up until someone shoots it. That would still be usable. If Victor's using, there you go, nailed it. That's why people still moonlock to this day. Moonlocking is when you put sticks at every single moon in the entire system. So you can't put any more star bases down. My accounts fund themselves so I can spare some S to practice that. You should totally do it. And you should also come back and tell me how it went if you managed to kill somebody. You might even start with a cheaper ship than a Gila. You know? Maybe practice with Vexers with insurance so you literally lose nothing when you die. I don't know how much you care about the kill board. But Gila is, I think, is getting close to meta now. I've seen multiple people talking about it. Need a mini outhouse structure for nomading when they finally remove POSes. Yeah, you know, they actually have that in the game. There's like there's a medium, like mini structure. It's like in the game, but they never actually turned it on. It has like refit services, but you don't go inside of it. I can't remember what it's called. Dude that used to be in Cindy told me about it, and I looked it up, and it's a real thing. If anybody's in silence, you could ask Gruber what it is. Need a mini outhouse structure for nomading when they finally remove POSes. Mobile depot. No, it's bigger than that. This one has a tether or something. Stellinium. Or something. It's like a mobile depot with a tether or something along those lines. Plus a repair facility. Something like that. It actually is in the game. It's not an outpost. It's something like that, though. Watch your video as a guy was trying to get you to leave the wormhole, but you were persistent with giving him a hard time. Yeah, I guess I get a little petty sometimes. Sometimes I'm condescending. I don't like that side of me, but you know what? At least it was some good content for that. But yeah, I hope if they ever do remove POSes, we do get that kind of, you know, middle of the line thing. That'd be cool. So if we look at this, we go 37.2, 50. So this vast frontier takes us 48 minutes. We're making 569 million an hour without drops. And by the end of it, we'll get 108,000 M3 worth of gas, compressed down to 10.8k. This is one of the worst sites in the game. However, it's big, so you can sit on it for a while in AFK. So it actually is kind of cool. IMO. It was a good watch, brother. I love the remote. What are you talking about? Was it episode 13 of a Nomad Tale, or are you talking about another video? Because I'm trying to understand which one you're talking about. I've had a few small beefs in my Eve time. It was Nomad. Yeah, it must have been 13. Yeah, so anybody remember Nomad Tale 13? Anybody remember that episode? I mean, just extremely small spoiler, but I had a conflict with another capsuleer in it, right? And I didn't really like him. That's all. Turns out he no longer plays. Turns out after I was done with him, he sat back up and he got chased out by like 3 other groups. I don't know if they saw the video or independently didn't like the guy. I don't know. But he no longer plays. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh, interesting. Oh, maybe this wasn't it. Oh, okay. I was thinking episode 13 where I had a beef with a guy and we were fighting each other. Got you. Boss is basically a space tent and camping kit. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Now, pastas have way too much health. 14 million for a shield for a small one is dumb. Wait, it's dumb, bro. And like, it's like 200 mil for the stick or whatever, and a little bit of fuel and some straw. Like, you just throw it up, and like, if somebody wants to shoot it, okay. You just go to a safe spot, wait for it to die, and move on and keep playing. It's so brainless. Now, here's the thing. I don't even like using passes. I don't even like starbases these days because I don't have a holding corp and people recognize the corp on the stick and they like camp around and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. It's not that I'm like too popular. It's that all it takes is one fan to get curious and it like, kind of ruins my vibes. So I prefer to just be building less, right? Personal preference. For me, it's simple. You know, like I know how to make the save spots like the next man. I am vigilant with how I approach building the chain, doing it as calmly and quickly and silently as possible. I give respect to people when I see them in the chain. I don't just like, oh, there's probes there, let me just do my business. It's not like that. My gameplay is largely dictated by who's in the chain. And that actually makes it interesting. It makes it dynamic to me. There's been times where I don't get clean exits to K-space for like a couple days. Like they have to build big precarious maps with people in them that I don't feel comfortable transporting. That's all interesting to me. If I ever recreated some of these gameplay loops, if you've ever shut down, I would add in all of these components to it. These like inconveniences that actually can be tackled, but it's really up to you how engaged you want to be every day in J-space, especially as a solo player. There's nobody mapping for you. Every single thing you do is up to you. It's not impressive, it's fun. If you like challenge mode stuff. That's just how I see it, at least. Let's see who else is streaming real quick. I always get curious these days. Young Marquis is streaming. Brother Grimm is streaming. I don't know who Zloy is. Russian? That's us. Whoa. Toxic is streaming. He's cool. I don't know who he is. Good luck to him. Chris Dox is streaming. Uh-oh, I saw him in local the other day. Let's look at the titles. Look. Perfect. No notes. I don't know if you guys can see the titles, but look at the top 6 titles. And let me know if any of them stand out. I'm throwing shade right now, but it's okay. I'm doing it in good nature. Any of these titles stand out as more sane than the other ones? You guys click me for my stream title, of course. That's why people ask me if I have drops on. They're like, do you have drops on, bro? It's not in your title. I'm like, oh, fuck. It's all over for me, but the crying. Anyway. Shout out to the homies on the front page. Marky Dragon got a big drag net of people that he pulls into his stream. It's awesome. He does all types of giveaways and shit. You guys know who Marky is, right? Anybody not know who Marquee Dragon is? Anybody? Or does everybody in chat know him? Yo, I should do an interview with him, but interview him about something completely unrelated to his store. I should just interview him about, like, you know, like his chair or something. I imagine everybody that talks to him wants to know about his store and his, you know, divorce or whatever. His beard. Even that's too on the money. You don't know him personally? Yeah, no, Marky is a guy who's done like affiliate programs for video games for decades now. And a big Eve player, and I guess he built up an affiliate network for Eve too. So I don't know how the fuck Eve, I don't know why CCP even wants it. I guess it's because people trust him, and so they're just tapping into. I don't know why it exists, but he basically has his own code store that he probably gets like a fraction of a percent off of, and he also splits the difference or whatever with you guys when you buy from his store. It's interesting. You know, there's actually like nothing wrong with it. It's not shilly. The only thing I have a problem with the marquee thing, it's not even him. It's the idea that creators say save 3% with my code. It's actually any code. That's the only thing I think is misleading, and honestly, it's not that bad. I don't really care. It's not like ethically ruining me. He's the OG Uncle Eve, yeah? You know him as the forum owner where all the high-priced rares were traded in UO? Wait. Another UO player in chat? That's exactly what it is. He partners with... Yeah, pretty much all the creators have an affiliate thing there. Clerk in my bank won't bill CCP directly due to location. I had to use Amazon back in the day. I switched to Marquee. Ooh, smart. Is the Occator still king of DSTs? You know, I don't think there's a king, no. Now, I'd say Occator's probably, you know... If they're 1% apart, it's probably, you know, in the top of the pack. I switched to the Impel personally, but I'm going to tell you, DSTs doesn't matter which one you use, period. That's my take. BRs, it's possible you'll like one over the other because of slot layout, but DSTs, it's just hyperspatials in the frickin' rigs, and use the fleet bay and micro cloak trick, have an MJD in case you get pointed, call it a day, right? DSTs are not super complicated. You should be fine with any of them. BRs, really, it's just like, you know, I personally find the crane a little awkward, personally. That's why I switched off of it. I didn't switch for the Impel, though. You need to get an Orcon? Avakna says, one thing I realized with the store is it isn't foreign transaction to Iceland. Interesting. Is it worth looking at Mastodon Buster? Nah. Nice little funnel. Yeah. I would say that, yeah, I think the affiliate program is like super cool. I think the only problem I would have with the affiliate programs, either through Marquee or Eve, is if like I was like advertising the products. If I was doing that, then I would have a problem with it. But I don't advertise a thing. You just use it if you want. Which means I'm kind of not doing their job for them, which is what they hope I do. But, you know, when you have an affiliate program, you hope that people market the thing to get more sales. But I'm also just, you know, I don't really care about drumming up sales. It's not really my sales to drum up, you know? I would rather just play the fucking game and be good to people in my chat if I can help it, and, you know? Used by Eve Game Time card codes. That's awesome. That's a good... I never thought about the geo-locking. Never thought about that. Marky's doing a Sancho Sanctum? That's hilarious. Yeah, no doubt. Brother Grimm has a fun stream too. He's goofy. I don't know who Zloy is. Toxic? I think Toxic is like new player friendly. Someone wants me to duo stream with Toxic. I think I should do that. I have to DM him. I feel like I have the best chat in all of Eve streams though. Like I've looked at other people's chats and yeah, some of them are active, but like my chat's like, I don't know what to say, bro. It's both active and wholesome. I know other people have wholesome chats. I know. I'm just proud of my chat. Welcome everybody. I can tell by the neutral people running around my home system. A lot of people are off work today. Yeah. Brave is definitely a target for sure. I just sneezed. I think I lost a DST once. A decade ago. When I first made my hauler. Fuck it, let's fact check it. Let's fact check it. Yep. 2016 lost the Bustard. After the buster, I also lost 2 cranes. So this was before nullifiers were on cranes. So I'm assuming I died to a bubble. Nope. Nope. I don't remember these deaths. This one had no fits on it? Okay, well I kind of was asking for that, wasn't I? I'm not sure what I was doing in 2017, chat. 2016. I remember this one. This is a recent loss. This is when I went AFK in Jeddah during the Halloween event. I just went AFK on a gate and died. That was pretty cool. Not bad, though. I pretty much don't lose it if I care at all, and that's really kind of all you're looking for. BRs are really hard to lose. You kind of have to go AFK. DSTs can be caught. We talk about it. And your daughter climbing stairs is more important than a fucking ship, anyway. Well, maybe not a Titan. I'm just kidding. Dr. Namik, what up? Kingdom Purpose Gaming. Slaving for the man as I listen while we speak? I got you. I'll distract you. Worker solidarity, bro. I got you. Rizio breaking character and dropping a "you sucker." Wow. That is incredibly rude. I guess you did unwholesome, to be fair. Voice says I'm getting dizzy. Oh, because I'm spinning so much? I'm sorry. Here you go. I'll just lock it like that. There we go. Is that better? Cumby Bear with the streak. Voice is too late. Ah, shit. Alright, well, might as well go back to spinning around. Let's zoom out real far, chat. Wow, we are so fucking zoomed out right now. Ugh. We are so zoomed out right now, chat. Look how tiny we are. You can hardly even see us. What the hell? We picked up a SIG earlier, by the way. We don't really have to watch too bad because we're on a frontier, but we should probably still be somewhat aware of it. So I'll show you what this looks like. Should have a new SIG pop up, yeah. So we lost X of Z and got WGP, so I'll just throw that up on the scanner here. As a quick little reminder. Why are Stratios skins so bad, says Snowflake? Well. Do you have Stratios skin trained to 5, or are you even trying?
Connecting.
God of Muffin says follow the stream. We're almost full up, by the way, on gas. Already. He says ugly. What? Aren't there some good Stratios skins? Are you tripping right now? There must be good Stratios skins. Thank you for the follow. Muffins and Void Runner. I mean, that's a nice one. I thought this says Crystal Blat, but it says Crystal Blat. I mean, that's kind of nice. Shit, dude. What's wrong with this one? That's clean. Even the scope syndication one don't look bad for this strat. You don't like any of these, man? You're a hard man to please. What about this one? What about the Gucci one, bro? You don't like the Gucci Stratios? What the fuck? What do you like? Oh, the nice ones are 5 built. Well, he didn't say anything about price. He said they don't exist. Damn, the Yule Star has a fucking dot in front of it. I didn't know it had a... Did you guys know that? The Yule Star Stratios has a dot in front of it, like 3 miles in front of it. All right, so the good ones are expensive. All right, point proven. Let me get these guys on my list to make sure they don't die randomly as I do this awkward spin around. Metabola's getting shot the fuck up. Metabola, run, bro. What are you doing? Run, fool. What are you doing, bro? Alright, he's warping the fuck off. You crazy, bro. You out your goddamn mind. I actually, like, refuse to move, so... we could MJD over them, we could warp to the other side of the cloud. I'd rather just have him warp off in shame, because if you're gonna slow operations down, you're gonna get fucking reamed out by the rest of the toilers, dead ass. There ain't no way out of that. That's just it. Stupid ass. Stupid ass. Ain't nothing to it. We ain't slowing this shit down because you got caught by rats, fool. That's not how this works. That's not how this will ever work. Acting like I'm doing this for free, man. Come on. Your job is to make money for us. Okay? Little goober ass. You little freaking goober ass. They're out here trying to dodge work. Shirking. They're shirking their duties. No shirking. Ingenic, what up, dude? How you doing? I just had a near accident with my sweet little prospectee, but he's safe now. He's safe. He's back with the crew. Metablo lives to see another day. Feels good, man. I don't even put a buffer tank on any of these things, so like whatever damage they take is just like raw damage to the face. It's pretty good. I like it personally. I like the raw damage to the face, but I've been known to be called weird before. Oh yeah, pour in the dregs of the coffee from the French press. That hyper concentrated espresso-like material. Hope everybody's been having a good holiday this stretch. Fuck yeah, Xandros, what's up? Dude, I've been having a great holiday. I'm gonna have to go, I guess, sooner rather than later, but I still got like another hour or two. I'm gonna go get my car fixed up from my homie. My chatter, Noah Narcosis, is gonna turn a wrench on my whip. As one does. He only accepts money and he only accepts payment in fried chicken though. It's fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like I try to pull out my debit card to pay this dude. He's like, nah, bro. Let me get some tendies and some honey mussy. Check out Island Coffee in Texas. Good roasters have good beans all over the world. They ship too. Interesting. I'm definitely satisfied with what I have now, but I'm always willing to try stuff. I'm drinking coffee by La Colombe, it's called. It was recommended from chat, and also I found it out there naturally. Fried chicken is so valid. Tendies and honey mussy sounds good right now. It's true, it's true. Maybe I'll get some and bring it to him. Because I'm a smart lad. Alright, I could have just warped everybody off because they were full anyway, but let's finish this cloud at least. Maybe do that SPG before I log off. I'll bail in like an hour and a half. Xandra says bring us some? No. I'm gonna eat all the fried chicken. You cannot stop me. That's just how it is. That's why, you know, that's why this is a hierarchy. I'm getting a Flare 58 V2 soon. I don't know what that is. What is that? That's just a made up word. Damn, we have 1366 gas in this cargo. Damn, that is almost elite. Almost. Oh, you know what I'm doing wrong? Hold on. I'm not at the right place. Oh, it's an espresso machine? No, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I mean, it's cool that you got it. I would use yours all the time. But I sure as hell am not buying it. Lever action espresso machine. It's kind of hot. Oh, the Ness is back on my main. Sweet. Hooray. Here we go. We found the other cargo container that we left out here. Beep boop. Let's drop some gas off in a random jet can. What do you guys say? Thoughts? This isn't shady, right? Ah, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Please come again. What could go wrong? Chill dads. Finally got an espresso machine for my wife. It's been amazing, yeah. I don't think I could do espresso. I get addicted to things. I overdo it. Coffee's enough for me, man. Even French press coffee is too strong for me. I don't need an espresso machine, dude. You know what I would do with that? I would just become a fucking crack addict without the cocaine. That's what I would do. But people that can use it responsibly, you know, that's legit. I like that. But I'm not one of them. Dude man says I'm already a crackhead for coffee. I mean, I guess I am too. I'm literally cracking beans. Admittedly, pumped for the new episode of Nomad Tale. That's awesome. I'm a solo account player, so not really optimal for me. Yeah, true. No, Nomad Tale is definitely multi-boxing. Yep. Now, with that said, some of the lessons we learn are applicable to a single account, but again, yeah, the story is all multi-box. No way out of that. Yeah, for a single account, I mean, a strategic cruiser or like a cenotaph is like endgame for me. Those are my endgame ships for a single account. They're both self-sufficient and can handle situations that would otherwise be devastating. Oh, I'm gonna run right into these fuckers, aren't I? Let's see if we whiz past them or not. I think we'll be alright. They're so slow. Yeah, we'll be good. Maybe. What do you think is the lowest number of accounts can do Nomad? Well, Nomad is just... nomading is not something that you need a certain amount of accounts or status to do. Nomading is just you don't have a set base and you move around, right? In my opinion. So, you know, think like Mongols on the steppe. They move around, right? That's the whole definition. So I'd say the fewest number of accounts is 1. But with 1, you'd be looking at doing something like having a strategic cruiser to refit to rat and then switch to PvP, and maybe having an alt on that same account as a storage thing that's logged off you can jet can to. Cenotaph or Legion? Well, Cenotaph is goated. I mean, that shit's crazy strong. However, Legion is extremely good as well. For a solo strat cruiser, can't really beat the Loki. It loses the fewest fights. Wins almost all the same ones anyway. I'm not really PvP though, guys. I do it as a sport, as something fun, but I'm not great, so. Oh, stop hitting me. Stop. There you go. It's really easy to navigate around these things if you feel like double clicking. I'm just being stubborn right now, that's all. For fun. What happens is if you warp to it and back, sometimes you'll warp in front of them again and you'll have to go past them like that. You only ever have to do 1 pass, but again, it's tremendously easy to just warp or go to the other side and circle back. You can obviously see where your circle is if you control space or whatever the fuck your keybinds are. I don't know what the default keybinds are. Mine's control space. If you do this, you can see your orbit. Really useful for spinning. Not as important for Jedi mind tricking. I dove into the Proteus skills before I knew anything about Tech 3 cruisers. Still don't know shit, but still, I love the Proteus. Proteus is my favorite. But most favorites are largely based on, you know, aesthetics or weapon system or first love or something like that. So don't be ashamed to have a favorite strat cruiser. They're all quite good. The Tengu is awkward in PvP, but I'm going to be real with you. It can still shred 90% of the same targets in the same conditions, so. I wouldn't even let the Tengu stop you from PvPing with it. And in fact, the Tengu in PvP has a weird advantage in that most people are going to think you're a ratter. If you're solo, honestly. Kind of cool. You got iced by a Cloaky Loki very soon. Yeah, no doubt. You know, I always try to make this as simple as possible for why we recommend the Loki. Is because, like, between these two things, the Loki is the only one that does both really well, right? Like, the Proteus, just PvP. The Legion, pretty much just PvP. The Tengu, pretty much just PvE. The Loki does both, right? The other reason we recommend the Loki is that when you attack a target, Like generally with most ships, like you have a circle around them from where you can engage and like they can scram you. But the Loki engages from so far away with a point, and it keeps them at that range with the web that nobody can really stop you from running if somebody else decloaks. So you uncloak your Loki here, you web and point this guy, keep him at max range, and then even if his friends decloak, this guy can't scram you, which means you have an opportunity to burn away before other people get a tackle on you, and the Loki tends to be pretty quick, the way people fit it. So the Loki is the only of those ships that really gives you this, like, ability to actually play solo without scouts or alts and have a chance at getting away from a trap, which I think is really cool. What that does is makes you more confident. Now, you could, you know, do a Proteus with drones and long point, but the Loki is the goat at this. It keeps you at that range and beats you down instantly. No drama, no defanging, just straight 700 DPS plus to the face from hams at 20 km. You can even go heavies if you really want, but that's more of a pro thing. Your thoughts on the Legion? Yeah. So I use the Legion even still, right? The Legion, I'm gonna just make this my opinion known. The Legion is like the least powerful of all four. However, powerful meaning damage, tank, speed. However, it has the strongest E-War by far. Newts are the most powerful E-War in the most scenarios to me. Now I know scrams, webs, jams are all cool, but newts are just ubiquitously godly, especially against organized PvP. So Legion's interesting, and there are other ways to fit it besides ham newt, but a standard ham newt Legion, you know, the problem is most of the targets you catch solo, the newts aren't really gonna be the thing that breaks it necessarily. It might be the case you catch like a ratting praxis and can break his tank, maybe, and kill him, but I don't think the Legion has the greatest target selection. It can't really get out that easy. It doesn't work that well solo for me personally. However, there's nothing stopping you from making a bit speedier of a Legion, maybe leaning heavier into, like, you know, all-inning people, and maybe not going the pure, like, you know, lots of newts and just fighting harder. The problem is there's just not enough room for the proper tank on it. With that said, you know, there's cool things like Chungus, like putting rapid lights on your Legion and going into Wolf Riots and fragging people with, like, you know, 1.2k DPS with rapids. That's pretty cool. Nameek, Bling Legion versus Bling Loki Legion. Well, I mean, you know, the idea is none of the ships really beat the Loki 1v1 because it can just run, right? What DPS does double web Loki? Double web? I don't know if you need double web, but if you want to run double web, you can. I'm assuming 700 DPS. I don't know. I haven't looked at Loki's in a while. It's around there. My Tech 1 Vexor got clapped so fast. Cracked a cold one open. Uh-oh. You ain't talking beer. The thing about the strategic cruisers is they're such a perfect ship for inspiring new bros, and they're actually kind of quick to get into, unlike carriers and all this other shit. I love strategic cruisers, and I think one of the biggest disservices you can tell yourself is that I'm only going to use one, and I need to max it. You can max all 4 strategic cruisers before you can sit in a Blops. Think about how few skills are needed to sit in these. Just pick your favorite 2. Think the kill me in game? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Rizio is such a fucking menace. Just runs around in a caracal and just fights anybody that'll look at her. See, I don't know, I don't really use the Loki anymore. I personally think that Loki is an amazing single boxing tool, and of course it scales with multi-boxing too. However, the Loki's a little bit too tricky for me to use while I'm multi-boxing. It's hard for me to keep orbits or distances and do it all in my head. I need dumb ships. I use a ham newt Legion or a full tank Legion or in a blaster Proteus, and my main switches around. I use like a Dictor, Bomber. I use these types of tools. They're very easy to use, which is important for me because I'm not good. Despite what you think, I'm not good enough to multi-box. Like, and actually make it all work. And you'll see that. You will see that in episode 16. You will see how I still struggle hard with multi-boxing. But I'm getting better. And probably so are you. Yeah, I think the only advice I have, Legion's perfectly serviceable, can frag tons of targets. Only advice I have is if you want a PvP, pick one of the ones that's not the Tengu. If all you do is rat, you should pick the Tengu. Thank you, Ingenic. Thank you for freeing my mouse hand. Guy's almost dead. Not bad. We'll just have to stash the gas somewhere. We can go take that SPG too. I'm aiming for a Jackdaw first and working into a Tengu. What are you gonna use the Jackdaw for? Tac destroyers are such an interesting ship that don't get enough use. I'm gonna crack a window. It's getting a little warm in here. You know what, chat? I'm gonna go pee too. Why not? It's my life. I'll live it. I still got more content. Give me a minute. We are so back. I'm not even dead. I kind of want to start looking at the prices for these fucking scoops and see if anybody's buying them yet. Willing to bet there's a huge surplus of Syndicate scoops that's just waiting to get sold. What do you guys think? You have any idea what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the scoops that I rolled earlier. You know, I'm assuming there's still not too many people buying them, right? So for example, if we go in here and sort by mining speed, you see, there's only +7s on the market. Guys, I have like mad +9s. There's not even any for sale. +7s are apparently going for 8 bill. That's not true. If +7s actually sell for 8 bill, I just printed the most money you could ever imagine. No, the truth is that I think you're gonna have to price these more moderately to get people to sell. You know, we should do that. We should price these, because I don't mind selling them. That way Gravy could get some of these as well. We'd also have to rule out residue as well. Get rid of all the Tech 2s that slip in here. These prices are not right. This is a 150 million scoop with a 10 mil muted plasma on it. A +6, I don't think is 2 bill. That's insane. I think I'm about to define the muted. Maybe I'll record it. Who knows? I don't think we have to though. Definitely not something to do on stream. That would be incredibly tedious. But basically, I'd have to come up with my own pricing system for them. If +7s are going for how much? 8 bill? I mean, that's too much. I think I could do a system where like +5 is where I start. At like, you know, maybe 300 mil, twice a syndicate for a +5, maybe. And then just interpolate it up to like 5 bill for the best scoops. Core's gonna corner. Well, there's no demand. You could corner any market if there's no demand. Right now, I'm gonna corner the slugs on cupcake market. Gravy says you should snub your nose at the entirety of capitalism and give them the handsome chatters who made it app lops with you. I was like, how did you find gas and null? And then I saw sleepers. Gravy's looking for the gift. How did you find gas and null? Then I saw sleepers. Yeah, I would imagine that. I'll probably have some extras, I would imagine. I don't know. I still don't know what I want to do with them yet. But I would imagine that not all of them are going to sell and some are going to be too cheap to sell. You know, I wonder, like, you know, you already use Cindy's. Like, what's wrong with the Cindy's? For me, I was on Tech 2s for like years. I'm trying to scan for gas and null. What's up, Johnny? It's extremely rare. Yeah, null gas I haven't done. I'm not really sure how it all works. I know it explodes and does a little damage. It's kind of funny. More is better. True. I probably wouldn't look for the free syndicate scoops on this one, but I would also probably in the background probably expect to get some hand-me-downs. So that's the way I would phrase it. But you were joking, so you don't have to worry about it. By the way, we got these 2 videos that we're not going to watch now, but anyway. We're going to watch iBeast's Iron Man series, possibly skip through it. There's no vocals, so we can just kind of leaf through it. And also this other guy made like an evil one. I don't know if this is any good or not. But once I'm done with my own video, we'll start watching other people's series as well a little bit and get invested in other storylines just for fun. Those cans you jettisoned earlier on a safe spot, how long did it despawn? Yeah, it's 2 hours. Yeah, it's 2 hours. Was that 7,200 ticks or something? My company told me they'd buy any off me at Jetta prices if I ever found any. I just found an Evilone guy, not bad. Yeah? Cool. What do you do with the gas after Huff thing? Yeah, so I do Tech 3 industry. Right? So I'll take it and, you know, compress it and bring it back. And I'll make, you know, Legions and Lokis and Jackdaws and stuff with it and sell it on the market. How'd you get your Orca out of Jetta? Did you fit it from Maximum? You probably won't have your Orca ganked in Jetta. Jetta's a 1.0 system. The security comes really fast. I would say that you just warp to an insta undock bookmark like anything else. So get off the undock and then just warp it around with micro cloak tricks. If it's empty, nobody's going to kill you. But I'd say you want to be able to micro cloak trick with it first and then fit as much tank as you can. Micro cloak trick is much more important than tank when it comes to, you know, random ass high sec ganks, especially now that fighters have been nerfed. I'm scared of losing that motherfucker. You should be. I respect that. I was like, when people that just lose shit, I'm always like, what the f. We all lose stuff, but some people are reckless with it. Cocaine, good to see you. Evilone was interesting. He's trying to Iron Man it, though it sounds like really hard, yeah. Losing Orca is painful. Don't fly it through Waydama and you're fine. Yeah, Waydama Sivala would be a bad idea with an Orca, especially if it's loaded. But, you know, the truth is that lots of shit goes through there. Orca is definitely not the easiest kill. The reason is because there's like 2 classes of kills. There's Freighter class and there's DST class. And Orca actually is DST class. Because what defines the classes is a Freighter can't cloak trick. All it can do is be... All that can happen is it can be webbed, technically. Right? So there's always a tick or 2 to point it. But with an Orca, you actually don't get a chance to point it if it micro cloak tricks, just like a DST if it micro cloak tricks properly. So you have to actually decloak it with fighters, or in this case nowadays interceptors, or whatever people use. So if you micro cloak trick your Orca, you're basically trying to find it. The only people that can kill you are people that are set up to kill DSTs and have enough extra damage to get past the normal DST tanks. Because Orcas can be beefy. Now, I know DSTs can be crazy strong beefy, but they usually look for ones that are shit fit. Don't be shit fit and you'll be fine. Just have micro cloak trick, tank, empty your cargo, and move. I've only seen terrible... Yeah, Orcas generally get killed when like they're mining in like 0.5 systems, or like full of loot going through Savala. It's definitely not the easiest high sec kill. Now, if you don't micro cloak trick your Orca... Fair enough. At that point, you're now playing a freighter, which changes the game immensely. They could grab you and, you know, just kill you with a Cenotaph or some shit, I don't know. Not be shit fit? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's super fun, Captain Core. You know, you'll hear about it and stuff, but here on stream I talk pretty openly about it. You know, we sold like almost 7,000 subsystems and like probably over 1,000 ships at this point. I was buying gas from the community for a while to like supercharge it, but John, no, this is a Outrider up front. Just blocking it with my fat head. Yeah, they can just equip a couple scoops while you're doing basic spinning, so you might as well double down on it and just get a little bit extra. I mean, I've said it a bunch, but the Outrider with his own boosts is, you know, roughly equal to about half one of these prospects. Now, it's changed a bit since the scoops. I mean, actually, holy shit. This does 4-5 on its own. Yeah, this is actually more than half of our prospect. Nah, Outrider doesn't scoop faster than a prospect. It's about half. Endurance. Endurance isn't the best for gas. You know, all the ships, Prospect, Venture, Venture Faction, all of them scoop gas the same rate. Pioneer, the new Pioneer ship, also the same rate. They're all the same rate. So, Prospect is still best in class, if you ask me. Happy holidays, Elfec. Some shit fit Okra got ganked by Talos near Jetty yesterday. Ooh, yeah. I mean, you gotta imagine they got loot in them, right? Otherwise, it's just they see it shit fit and put a few Taloses on and call it a day. Like, I feel like even those people are not micro cloak tricking. I feel like that is the secret sauce with the Orca. You're not gonna get away with it if you have mad loot, but guys, spoiler alert, micro cloak tricking prevents cargo scanning if you do it the whole time. Just saying. If they can't lock you, they can't scan you. Just saying. Keep that in mind. Most people die because they got loot in their cargo and fucking people know it. You got me installing Eve again? Pfft, my bad. Wasn't my intention to make you relapse. But nah, it's normal to quit and come back to this game, dude. I've done it a trillion times. I'll do it a trillion more. I'm so bad at micro cloaking. Yeah, it's kind of tricky to do in the Orca too, unless you have, you know, good skills and, you know, do the thing. It's not the most swift ship, but the concept is the same, right? We're micro cloak tricking to prevent people from even locking us in the first place. Very important. I'd say if you're flying the Orca, you probably got to master that micro cloak trick. It's not even an elitist thing. It's like you just want to be sure that nobody's like looking in your cargo for free all the time. Beep boop. Give me a few minutes here, chats. Only time I got caught was because input lagged once and got insta lock. Yeah, well, if you lag or have FPS or packet loss during a micro cloak trick, yeah. It's kind of why I like to have a little extra inertia on my stuff, so that even if that happens, I can still sometimes get away with it. But yeah, you're right. You're right. He's probably Siege and Icebound. Interesting. Embarrassing story. I tried to fly a Tyra out of Fountain, ran into it and lost it in C-Tag N doing the micro cloak trick, micro warp cloak trick a lot. Yeah. Did you like have a nullifier on it? Back in the day, Tyras couldn't equip nullifiers, but now they can, which I think is kind of busted that Tech 1 have nullifier. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're fucked. You know, back in the day, there were no nullifiers on blockade runners too, so to go through nullsec, you'd have to play by rules. You'd have to ping off and stuff. You couldn't just ignore everything like you can now. What if I put, no drops in my title? But I did have drops. Genius. We can do a little bit of hacking too before I dip. Still got some tism. If I were to die murdered in cold blood tomorrow, would you feel sorrow, show love, or would it matter? Could never be the lead-off batter. If there ain't shit for me to feed off of, I'm seesaw battling. There's way too much at stake for me to be fake. There's too much on my plate. And I came way too far in the game to turn and walk away. What the fuck do you take me for? A joke? Are you smoking crack? Before that I'd beg Mariah to take me back. I get up, before I get down, run myself in the ground, before I put some whack shit out. I'm trying to smack this one out the park. 5,000 more. Y'all steady trying to drown a shark. Open a can of whip ass, just twist me off. See me leap out, pull a piece out. Fuck shooting, I'm just trying to knock your teeth out, right? Talk is cheap, motherfucker. If you really feeling froggish leap. I thought my iTunes started playing, listeners. Yeah, I know, that was good. That was a good impression. Soup doll. I tried to... Yo, chat, 3 MTC, 1 million of Omega for 24 euros. Seems pretty nice, in it. Yeah. Yeah, MCTs are expensive. That seems like a good sale. Pretty good lot. Someone named Weird Ball dies of cringe as I'm rapping. Oops. You'll never be as cool as this. You know it. We could do hacking or something else. Let me see. I think hacking is the way to go. Hacking seems cool. MCC's got cheap this year, or did they? Why? What for? What for? No, I think he's just talking about a sale, isn't he? Fuck with me now, bitch. Let's see you freestyle. Talk is cheap. Seems to be trying to raise revenue, discourage mega boxers. How much cheap the whole year? This year part threw me for a loop. What's that about? Used to be close to 1 month mega, now it's a fraction. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it should have never been close to 1 month of Omega, to be fair. But I guess they were worried about skill farming. Now that skill farming is not a problem, they can increase, they can decrease the cost, increase the supply. Is that what it is? Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Huh. This SPG didn't, oh. Wait. It didn't pop up. That was weird. I thought it has a pop-up for this. The fuck? Maybe it doesn't. I've done so many of these recently. Whoa, yeah, big old ball of stuff there. What the hell is all that? That's a mega hacking site right there, chat. Nice. Yes, probably, yeah. Because skill farming, that was the only thing that probably preventing him. I mean, that's actually kind of dope because, you know, I wouldn't mind training up some of my alts more, but it was definitely too expensive to do it because they were just pointless. Now it could be potentially cheaper. Also, that makes the partner reward where you get an MCT a lot less valuable. Maybe they should give you 2. I don't know. Whatever, I just take the skins because you guys bribe me. So what is this? What am I looking at, chat? What is this? I did one of these like last week or 2 weeks ago too. Any first timers here? What's up, Gabe? Google says 2022 MCT used to be $11 a month. Now it's, wow. Whoa. That's actually insane. What the hell? That's actually kind of crazy. Wait, because now you get more SP. I mean, that unironically makes me want to maximize and skill skim my extra alts. What the fuck? It's more than $5 worth of SP to shave it, is it not? Am I bugging? Is there a time limit? Oh, interesting. Rare Shattered Sight? Yeah, this is a Silent Battleground, yep. Interesting. Someone said the sales in the nest. Zeef, good to see you, dude. So you talking about the in-game store, Konami? Or sorry, the website store? Interesting. The MCT for money is on the website. That makes sense. Let me see if I can maybe pull it up without logging into the store. If you don't know why this is interesting, chat, the reason why we're interested in MCTs is because in EVE you can remove the skills you've trained and sell them to other players. So like by training your alts up, you could ostensibly, if the prices were right, make profit. This is called essentially the foundation of skill farming. So this price affects the idea of skill farming. It also affects the ability for you to develop your account if you use all your slots. I mean, this is just a huge buff for people that want to use all their characters. Let's see. So here we have 6 months of MCT? Oh, interesting. Wait. What is this? Oh, these are just certificates. So you get 12 certificates plus 4 months of Omega for $72. So what does that end up being? That is extremely fucking cheap. What the hell? For what it is. Back in the day. These used to be like 10 bucks each. Well, when you see a random faction spawn in a gate, oh no. On the browser? Yeah, no worries, Shaney. Hey, buddy. What's going on? Very interesting. And so here it's just straight $5 per MCT. Huh. I don't even have the shit to train on my guys. I don't even know what I would train them into. Maybe for future Nomad Tale episodes. Honestly, for a Nomad Tale 17, I think I'm going to buy some of these and train my guys into weird things. That's pretty cool. That looks like a permanent price, too. At Omega, for $15 a month, it's $1 per MCT for that sale. Fuck me. That is disgusting. That's a sale. Got it. Okay, that's on sale. Man, fucking Eve. All right, let's check out this site. Yeah, this is Silent Battleground. This is this is essentially the same rarity, if you want to look at it this way, as like a Ghost site, Sleeper Cache, but they only spawn in Shattered Systems. Since Shattered Systems aren't connected, it becomes even more rare because you can't just clear the whole area without a super elaborate setup with characters in all the holes. So, with that understanding, you would expect the loot to be extreme. It's not. It's not. But it's still cool. I still like it. So what it is a gigantic site. It has a dead revenant in it, and it has data and relic sites all over, or cans all over. And these data and relic cans contain ancient relics, which create blueprints for Tech 3 products. They also the data sites also contain a lot of data cores specifically for the Tech 3 products. So this is perfect for me. It's just there's kind of a major issue with the SPG, and you're going to see me warp off and warp back, and I'll explain why. The ancient relics are really voluminous. So what ends up happening is you very quickly fill up and have to drop it somewhere. So to kind of head that off. We're going to drop an MTU and refit into cargo expanders. And that way we can take as few trips as necessary. And we can also just drop the extra loot in the MTU. Or in the depot at one of these safes. Stepping away for a bit. See a fish. Yeah, I'll probably be winding it up here a little bit when I'm done with the site. But for now, you know, still content brained. There's some crazy math going on. I guess you'd have to look at the 4-month equivalent of Omega, but you said 15, yeah. We'll just round it up to say $2 for MCT. Pretty insane. I mean, I guess I could use that for my stream characters too, because Jack and Jill and Joe, because I could definitely use some alts on there. I could use a pro scanning alt. I could use for the wormhole stuff we may do. I could use extra hunters logged off in extra areas. Like I wouldn't mind having 4 hunters across 2 accounts logged off in space and just switching between them. Why not? None of that's really possible if you're trying to train your mains up on each account. Why am I getting the new crates on some of my non-subbed alts and subbed accounts but not the others? I have no idea, Xmoney. I'm sorry. Used for log off orcas? Yep. Whatever your creativity draws up is probably on the money here. Which is kind of the whole point, right? So let's just leave this here. We will save it, put an asterisk in front of it so it's at the top of the list, and then kill the expiry on it, and then we'll go back to the SBG. And I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if I actually want to take the data cancer. We'll see. It's possible. Need the Dave Chappelle, Tyrone Bigums. We got Craig Jiff right now. Yo. What's up, Craigs? What's poppin'? So again, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. I'm just an eyeballer. I like eyeballing from right to left, as Arabic is written. Do you guys know why Arabic is written from right to left? It's because the moon waxes and wanes from right to left. That's true. I didn't make that up right now. That's not I didn't just create that for my own amusement. That's pretty neat. Yeah. Alright, I made it up. Sorry, I made it up. I don't want to lie. That's not true. That has nothing to do with it. It sounds legit though, right? Like this is back before like the internet, you could have totally spread a rumor like that and got that, you know, into the minds of many a people. Alright, so let's just do a little churr picking here. There's one, 47 million in that can. Some of them have decent little loot in them. The site on average is about 200 mil if you take all the good stuff. Wish Islam was moon worship. There's actually, well, I mean, I said Arabic to be fair. But there's a fair amount of moon references in Arabic culture as far as I know. Whoa, what are you doing here? Why are you doing this to me? Thank you. Thank you! Alright, let's keep going. $48 mil in that one. Alright. We're barely in it. And we're already winning it. But yeah, the moon thing sounds incredibly legit. It's just one of those like bullshit facts. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense. Shit I'd be falling for all the time. Oh man, dude, really? Really? You're gonna make me kill all your friends to get to you? What the f— just kind of eyeballing it right to left, locking up all the artifacts and doing a scan. If it's got some money in it, we take it. No big deal, right? Not a lot of method to this. I have done a bunch of these by now. Probably over 10, I'd say, in my life. Don't really look for them. Sometimes I don't even do them when they're there. Because I'm cool like that. A crew like that. $28 Millers in there. Let's check this one as well. 24 Millers in there. All right, let's check this one as well. 9 Millers in there. All right, let's check this one as well. 26 Millers in there. Shit. All right, we'll take all the Millers. Take the Millers. Take the Miller Lights. Whatever type of Millers, we're taking them. Unless it's like 2 Millers, in which case I don't want 2 Millers. That's too few Millers. As the crow flies! Oh, I can't hit my targets today. Oh, we found it. It's right here. I'm a fucking menace, dude. How does he keep doing it, the madman? He's a freaking menace. He just knows where the virus is. How does he do it? You think it's a game? Jenga's a game, alright? To steal the line from my dear comrades over at Matt Reed's studio, right? AKA the creators of Archer. Just a whole lot of madness to it. Listen, calm down. Listen. I am mad. A whole lot of maldness to it. Alright, let's go. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, Jesus. This one's being slippery as a freaking son of a seco. Oh my sweet baby Jesus, we've been juked. We had our ankles broke on the front fucking lines here, chat. I can't believe it. We made a fucking zig when we should have zagged, and we paid the iron price for it there. That was death on a stick. That was an expired doner kebab, is what that was. My dad liked American beer. You mean like mass-produced, like Budweiser style? Or like slightly above that, like Yingling, or... I don't really like any beer. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But I can tolerate certain ones. I have a heat-seeking mouse, by the way. I know exactly where the viruses are. In case you're wondering how I'm doing this. It's just a map hack thing. You can Google it. Zero ISK in there. Come on, what am I, a joke to you? 6 mil? Man, I could do better. 24 mil. Told you. Intact armor nanobot. That's clean. I like that. $26 mil in one of the last relics. Feels good, man. Alrighty. Where am I going? Up here? Cool. You think people have streamed Silent Battlegrounds before? I mean, I know people do wormhole streams. It's not like this is like hard or unique. I just feel like most people either are in corpse or, you know, 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, it's up here. I have 5 health left, chat. Fuck. Help. Help me. Help me. Oh, Jesus. Alright, we did it. That was scary. Hold me. Closer, tiny dancer. That's why my last name is Budweiser. If you could design a ship from scratch for Eve, what role would you design a ship for? Ooh, cool. Well, I would focus on exploration. That's like my thing. So I would say I'd either focus on an endgame gas ship that has like more of an active role, or I'd focus on maybe kind of touching on the exploration tropes we've come to know and love, right? Maybe having a ship that's a little bit more, you know, maybe like a wormhole mapping ship would be sweet, you know, stuff like that. If I had full power, I would totally make something selfish. All right, so let's see what we got from that. We got 200 million worth of Angstrom relics from the relics. I think we should go back and look at the data though, just for funsies. I mean, shit, we got a little time.
Warp drive active.
Just chilling, Cricks. We're doing a silent battleground. It's a pretty rare site. Yeah, this is what I originally started with the lunar calendar thing. With that joke about the moon. When looking for strategic cruiser parts and relic sites, there's reasons to look at. So strategic cruiser parts. So you're talking about just the relics specifically? These come from wormhole relic sites only. Yeah, those are where the blueprints are from. Yeah. So they only come from wormhole relic sites. So besides special ones like Silent Battlegrounds, you'll be talking about forgotten sites, sites that have forgotten in the name. But they're combat sites. They're not really hacking sites. You know what I'm saying? Let's switch over to data real quick. Also, we can switch back to speed. We don't need the space anymore. You can see that it was quite bulky though, so it's kind of a good thing we did. Bright and shiny again. So it'll just spawn a couple hours after you start it, kind of thing, like most sites. I would say Silent Battleground is cool, especially the first couple times you do it. But it desperately needs like one can to have like a bill in it or something. Trying to find a calculator that tells me how much armor rep I need my paladin to run specific C4 sites. Yeah, you can use Eve Survival Guide or Ricky's Guide. Let's see if I can find an actual updated one. Yeah, so this would be Kraken binary. You want to go to a site like this. I guess Gruber's maintaining it now. That's pretty funny. So you want to go to a site like this, and basically you would go to your class down here, so C4, and we'd be looking at the data site, which would be this, for example. And then you would simply look at the incoming DPS. And just make sure your PIFA stats are more than that if you want to be brain dead. Just understand that in J-Space, you're also tanking newts. You need to tank the newt and the DPS. And you're going to be scrammed the whole time. So it's not for the faint of heart, but your paladin can do it. It shreds C4s. Paladins can do C5s. It's just not pleasant. It's not efficient from what I've heard. Crack, I know this doesn't answer your question, but you can always go on the test server and try it. True. I'm what's the phrase? I woefully underuse the test server. I think we all probably do. What's a J-Space system? I don't know if you'll be able to tank it. But yeah, the idea is you just have, you know, if you have 2500 DPS and have a good cap stability, you'll easily tank these things. I mean, Marauder should be able to tank this. You didn't think of the test server? Nice. There you go. I'm going to be honest. I think you should probably let the site go. You should probably, like, have you ratted at all before? Because if not, you should start with C3 to get a feel for it, where they don't scram you before. The thing is, like, you know, there's lots of ways to handle this. If you have a boosting alt, you can put it next to you and get them out if you get scared. You know, there's a lot of things you could do. Generally, the scrams are not that big of a deal. You just kill the rat scramming you. Sometimes the scrams are the wave triggers, though, so it gets a little dicey. Let's take a look at the data cans real quick, just in case there's some data can with a shitload of money in it. Sometimes they have that, but I probably won't loot these if they don't have cool stuff in them. It's got to be like blueprints or good money. But you'll see data cores pop up, and they're all subsystem data cores. See that? We just got 2 props. See, there's a data can with 14 mil in it. Neat. I'll take that. It's got a like a unique Takmal item in it. One of the factions. There's another item here, Blood Raider Extreme Ballistic Control. It's just not really worth that much. Otherwise we would take it. Some of those are worth 10 mil or so. Data sites are not really worth doing once you become endgame. However, while you're learning, yeah, you should definitely keep looking at them at least. It doesn't really cost much to cherry pick. Time-wise, risk-wise. Just doing a little cherry picking here, working my way downtown. Walking fast. Faces past and I'm homebound. Do 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 do. The day after Christmas. All that dopamine wore off of everybody. Just got away with a 180 mil bank. That's awesome. Fuck yeah, you did. So you can see really nothing in these, right? But still kind of worth looking at. I don't know if I got that one or not. So that's where you get data code. Yeah, they're also in JSpace sites. So the unsecured sites, the kind of the combat data sites, those will also have subsystem and stuff data cores. They're not just from here. This is just like a large concentration of them, I guess would be the best way to put it. I'll take this last can just for a few cores. I despise cherry pickers in Loci. You know, I made a video about cherry picking a long time ago. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Alright, so we're done with the site now. Now we just go back and grab the loader, transfer it off. Easy. The whole time if somebody decloaks, you know, we're not really looking to warp off. I'm looking to ostensibly outrun him. If it's like a Loki or something, I'll go for a quick warp, but... You know, a lot of ships are a lot slower than us just by default. It's kind of funny.
Warp drive active.
What's up, George? It's like no effort to despawn a site. You guys want to debate cherry picking? Yeah, I mean, I cherry pick everything, yep. I'm happy to tell you why. I can promise it's not to hurt your feelings, but it is to slow you down and to make it harder for you. It is true. Makes it safer for me and harder for everybody else. Yeah, there's not a lot of communal exploring. It is kind of a slightly competitive endeavor at the end of it. It doesn't have to be, but it is in EU. Let's switch back to Relic and see if we can stash all this. Probably not. Yeah, no shot. Oh, where are we at? 227, 22. All right. Let's drop all this stuff off and pick it up with another character, yeah? We got a lot of stuff. Holy shit. Yeah, we had more relic loot. Alright, let's get this dude out of here and we'll transfer it off to some other poor sap. Just dropped him into a yeah, it feels awful to run into a cherry pick site, it's true. The way to look at cherry pick sites is it's the trail of another explorer. I think it's sad there's no downside of cherry picking, just slapping your name on the hack cam would do the job on that. Yeah. Yeah, it could be redesigned, sure. So, come I say, someone got mad at me once for cherry picking a site 1 minute before downtime. Would they log back on and get pissed at you? It's like people being overly fuddy about gun safety. Wait, what? The fuck does that have to do with anything? That was so non sequitur.
Warp drive active.
That's why people look down on cherry picking. I'm guessing the site stays there. Yeah, because they run into the site and it's empty. That's why. Sometimes you'll find a cherry pick site that doesn't even have any cans taken. You know it's cherry picked because there's cherry pick sites around it and there's no loot in it. Someone's looked through it but didn't take any cans at all. which is interesting in its own right, I suppose. But the truth is that to clear a site, to despawn a site, actually takes extra time and risks your ship, especially in like a J-space setting. So you're simply not going to convince some people to do it. But I suppose if you're into like helping others, it would be a nice thing to do to clear the sites, I agree. For me, like safety trumps that niceties, though. Those niceties. Someone's asking about the jack cans earlier. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with jack cans these days, right? You are essentially in a situation where, you know, you're just trusting the mechanics, that's all. You cannot scan down a jack can. You can't scan down secure containers, jack cans, any of that shit. Only depots, stuff like that. Yeah, I made a video about this. I'm not going to watch it, but let me just show you real quick. It's probably buried. Yeah, here. It's an 8-minute video on cherry picking. I kind of don't remember the content, but I want to say I probably look into both sides and explain why I do it. But the main idea is like, if you clear the site, if you take every can, you know, you're lowering your amount you're getting per hour, but you're increasing your amount per trip, technically, maybe. If you clear, if you take a few cans and blow all the other ones up, you're putting yourself at risk to do a favor for someone else. And so like game theory is that cherry picking is always going to be done. Can still find most jet cans if you can try it. Yeah, did that in my series. I feel like nowadays a Nomad Tale, anything J Space related, it's like Simpsons did it. It's like, yeah, I did it in a Nomad Tale already. Yeah, I found some dude's cargo containers, a couple of them. I showed how to do it. A couple different ways to do it, but it's a cool skill to have. Everybody should scan down an Eve Scout container once in a while and cargo scan it and take a look inside. It's nice. It's nice. Anyway, so let me see. Do that. And with that said, I think I'm gonna go get my car fixed and leave you handsome and beautiful chatters all on your own. So what's up, Bourgeois? You just missed it. Twitchy Grandpa. You also limiting them besides you can run across in your own when you cherry pick. They're always spawn the same. Well, this is possibly true. And this is a reason why, for example, nullsec people specifically hate cherry picking. It's because you are in a very limited area. But for most people, well, for other people, like me or, you know, noobs, like we're actually just passing through an area. We don't really give a shit. It doesn't actually affect us. We don't rely on respawns. You know what I mean? If you're gonna farm one area though, see, I've actually routed entire regions and I still cherry pick because I know it's gonna despawn in a few hours and I scan it down the next day. You know, it's all perspective. There's really no right or wrong with cherry picking. It's game theory. It's just, you know, whatever you like. But there is the other side of this, which is that not all of us stay in one area, so it doesn't affect us all. Yeah, if you have like a 20 system area, right? You may not rely on respawns, but you're going to run into them nonetheless. Yeah, so again, not a concern for roaming hacking and doing routing. It's only a concern for people that stay in, you know, one area. So I just want to be clear about this. This is just wrong because you're advocating people clear the sites, which like quadruples the time to clear a site in order to potentially get another spawn in a route. That's just not true. Obviously, you would find more systems, more signatures by skipping more sites when you're running a route or passing through a region. Again, to Steelman, your argument, if you live in a Keepstar in Nullsec and you have a few systems around you, makes sense. You're not going to want to cherry pick. You hate cherry pickers because you're not going to go that far to get your relics. Understood. That's why they made detected sites for people like that. But for explorers that move around, yeah, it's just not true. We don't rely on respawns. We don't even think about them. It's not even a factor in how we get relics, so And for what it's worth, I'll go into it, but like I've spent long periods of time scanning down every single system in an entire region before. I call it routing, meaning I've scanned down every single system in an entire region every day for weeks on end. So I see when new sites spawn, and I still cherry picked because I'm not a dumbass. Anyway, on that bombshell, guys, have a wonderful time. Love every last one of you. And here's the deal. Probably not going to stream tomorrow or Sunday, but I'll definitely be back here Monday. There's always a chance I stream on a weekend, but who knows. PixieCrab07, love your pretty faces, everybody. Thank you for coming. Always good vibes here. See you, Gashel, Ingenic, Selenium, goodbye. Who should we raid, chat? Let's see. Eve Online. SERP just went live. That's a good timing. We doing SERP? Yeah, I think we doing SERP. Mark just missing. What's up, Mark? See you, Nameek. See you, Scotty. You're welcome, Twitchy Grandpa. Thank you for the debate. What else we got? Mark, take care, buddy. This is one of our Discord guides on a Linux Discord. Raylan says raid toxic. He's got more viewers than me, though. I think that's a bad vibe to raid up like that, no? You guys want to raid toxic instead of... Alright. We'll raid toxic. Alright, guys. I relent. Have a wonderful day. I love each and every one of you. My YouTube viewers, goodbye, Nick said. And have a great weekend, yeah? We'll party for the New Year's, you and I.